your defense rose to the occasion in the second half, right after South Carroll put 2 touchdowns on the board in the second quarter, and it looked like they were figuring things out. Any adjustments or halftime by the coaching staff or the players to pitch that shutout in the second half against South Carroll?
We just came together as a team, and we sat down and just kind of talked about things that we might need to change a little bit. Most of the stuff was just doing our job, doing our task, and when we get to the ball carrier, tackling on first contact. And once we did that in the second half, we kind of shored things up, and defense got the shutout that second half. But, I was just really proud of the way the kids came together and played tough.
Yep. It was a great second half of football when it looked like you might have been without your starting quarterback there in the second half. And I said the defense came together, and Owen was able to play the second half, and things went well for the team.
Oh, yeah, they did. Owen's healthy, and he was healthy by that second half. We were just making sure that he was okay. He was healthy in that second half. He played threw the ball a few times. I think he was 4 for 4 in the second half. And, our offensive line did a really good job, and we started plowing the ball down the hill and then taking some shots when we needed to. So, overall, pretty good performance by us there. Glad that we got it done.
Yep. And now we move on to week 3, and you go down to Urbana. By the looks of things, this might be by far your toughest competition of the season.
Yeah, Urbana's a good team. I haven't obviously seen them play in person, but looking at the film, they look like they got some big guys up front, and they seem to be coached well, and they're pretty big down the hill run team, and running standard old wing tee, and which is a beautiful offense to see. And they seem to be doing a really good job with it. We're obviously going to have to be focused on the run element of their offense.
Right. It looks like they average about 250 to 260 across that offensive front, including a D1 commit, Thomas Coates, at tackle. How do you offset that size?
But we're not too small on our defensive line as well. We're gonna in what we do give up in a little bit of size, we're gonna try and match with speed and technique, and making contact. It's making first contact and wrapping and tackling on first contact. So, our defensive line coaches and linebacker coach have been working really hard this week, and like they have been this entire season, and just trying to get our kids focused and matching technique and putting our bodies in the right place and having sound gap control. So hopefully, we can continue to do that, and we've improved every week, and that shows up on Friday night.
And your team, you start maybe, 4 or 5 guys both ways. Urbana looks like they start maybe 2 or 3 with a good many substitutes. So is endurance a concern of yours?
Well, we'll see when we get to that fourth quarter. Obviously, we've played 2 fourth-quarter games already. Liberty and South Carroll also had some guys going both ways, so it was a little bit different. But, as a small school in the 1A, 2A classification, where a lot of our guys are used to playing Ironman ball, and, this is just the reality of the situation when you play a team that's 3 classifications bigger than you. They're going to have more guys on their sideline and more options to go to from a depth and personnel standpoint. Our guys just have to be tough and play. I mean, when we have 1,050 kids at our school and Urbana's sitting around 2,000, it's just kind of the pool of players. So, I'm proud of the way those guys play, and proud of the way we have Ironman reps when guys go both ways, and we try and play offense and defense on a rotationary basis to try and get everyone involved and make sure that we're fresh come that fourth quarter.
Okay, Coach. Well, I wish you all the best. Stay healthy. And it looks like it's going to be a little warm tomorrow night. So hopefully everyone's hydrated and ready to go.
All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good night.
That was head coach Tyler Thompson of the Walkersville Lions with our coach, Rick Little. He's with me now. Coach Little, it was fun hearing that bit in the end about how, yes, they are a smaller school. Yes, they have less players, but they've been a really good fourth quarter team. 16 points in 2 fourth quarters for Walkersville. They're trained. They've got good endurance. We'll see how they match up towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and my fear, if I were Coach Thompson, and it's a little warmer than normal here this late September, and his 2 opponents, Liberty and South Carroll, not the same personnel mix. Urbana, as he said, a lot more options to go to in that fourth quarter. We'll have to keep an eye on that to see how, if the endurance can hold up for Walkersville, who has the smaller roster. But I know Coach Thompson feels good about the way his young team's playing, getting better every week. You know, he talked about in preseason and just need for experience. Well, every week you're a little bit better. Every week you're a little more experienced. This Urbana Hawks team comes in to this season, building for this season for the last 2 or 3 years.
Sure.
You know, with 19 starting positions back out of 22. A first-year head coach, Zach Shoemaker, who has been in the program for years, but it's going to be an interesting contest tonight.
You mentioned the temperature. It is a little warmer than normal, 83 degrees this evening, this mid-September evening with the lights turned on. The sun's still out, barely, here in Urbana, at Urbana High School, with Urbana taking on Walkersville. Let's learn a little bit more about the Hawks. We heard from Coach Thompson from the Lions talking about his team, but the Hawks are led at quarterback. You heard Coach Little mention him. Josh White, veteran quarterback. He's having a really good year, 5 passing touchdowns. He can also run the football. He had 2 passing touchdowns last week in a really surprising loss, a late loss for Urbana. So obviously they come in a little extra, maybe anger behind them trying to avenge their loss last week. They have 3 really good running backs, but we're probably going to see more than anybody, Caden McIver. He has 166 yards rushing this year, a really good runner, including 85 yards last week against Westminster.
Yeah. McIver will be the featured back. They'll move him around. They do substitute. They have other running backs. They have speed and experience at the wideouts. A really, really dangerous offense that Walkersville, it's not like they can play to stop the run because, as you said, Josh White, with 5 touchdowns already in 2 games, can throw the ball, and they threw some deep ones against Westminster, and Sharper leads that array of receivers. He'll also turn around and play safety on defense. Talented bunch. Coach Shoemaker, and with his father calling the plays, they have a lot of weapons to work with.
Yeah, you mentioned Sharper, already 3 receiving touchdowns. He's a 5'11 senior, a good-sized target for Josh White. The line is really good on both sides, though, for Urbana as well. Thomas Coates, he's committed to Villanova next year, 6'3", 300-pound senior as your right tackle. He also is very good defensively. Actually has an interception this year, does Coates, which was quite the surprise to see. But you also have Brogan Johnson on the outside, 13 tackles, including 4 for a loss. He really gets in the backfield. In Hunter Harai, I may be saying that incorrectly, but he's also got a handful of sacks on the defensive line. A really good pressuring bunch.
Yeah, just a lot of really good individual personnel. Good size, good strength. I know the weightlifting program here is huge that they worked with. You can just look at some of these young men and say, wow, they are men.
It's a big crowd here as well tonight. The student section's in front of us to our right. It is completely full from by the banister up front to the wall in the back with red, white, and blue. Also some Urbana colors. In fact, I would say the entire home side is pretty full here at Urbana High School, and a smattering of fans. In fact, a good student section on the other side, I would say, for Walkersville. Lots of gold, yellow, and dark blue on their side. For this matchup where Walkersville, they come in and they still got to be feeling good. They haven't lost a football game yet, even though they are playing a bigger school.
And, you know, and they've been challenged both weeks. So we talked about that inexperience and what Coach Thompson looking for to gain experience. Well, they gained some really, really valuable experience in their first 2 games, their win over Liberty, followed by last week's win over South Carroll.
It's high school football here on this Friday night on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection. Wherever you're listening, we really appreciate it. I think we're going to have the national anthem maybe in just a moment or two. Yes, it sounds like we will. We'll go ahead and pause for that here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Anthem first. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as we honor in the playing of our national anthem.
Nicely done there by the Urbana High School Marching Band with the national anthem as we were getting set for some Friday night high school football. Urbana 1-1 this season for a 3A team, taking on Walkersville 2-0 in the 2A, 1A level. The captains are coming out to midfield for the coin toss. Urbana is closer to us in their dark blue uniforms, the Penn State colors, the Nittany Lions colors with the white pants and the white helmets, and then Walkersville in their yellow and dark blue on the other side, in their white uniforms with the blue and yellow trim and coloring. On them, Walkersville led by quarterback Owen Brooks. Last week we saw him go out in the second quarter, had his right shoulder iced, but he came out in the second half to lead the Lions to a win against South Carroll. A comfortable win of the second half for Brooks, and it looks like he was out warming up and seems to be okay right now.
Yep, according to Coach Thompson, same starters this week as last week, so everybody's healthy, everybody's in uniform, everybody's ready to go.
Good to hear, and of course Walkersville led by their running back Colton Amarell. What a massive week last week. Has 5 touchdowns, 3 came last week, 301 yards in total, nearly 9 yards per carry. He is the top offensive weapon for the Walkersville offense. Change from wide receiver to running back, and he's looked really sharp this year, Coach.
Yep, if he can get it in the second level, he's a dangerous running back. Very agile, good speed, not real big guy, so he needs a little help by that front line to get to that second level. So it looks like Walkersville did win the toss, but has deferred, elect to kick off here to start the ball game.
All right, so that means Walkersville will take it in the second half as Urbana's captains run to the sideline, being led by number 9, Josh White, and then his friend, his teammate, Jaden Sharper. Coach, you were telling me a fun little story about that quarterback and receiver combination before the game.
Yeah, they're great football players, better athletes, D1 lacrosse players committed to UMBC for next year.
Well, that's fun, and of course that means they must have good chemistry if they're going to do that together. And they have this year 8 receptions for Sharper. He's going to be a top target for White when Urbana gets the football, because they will receive it working right to left. You can hear the band getting the crowd into it, the background music picking up. There's some sort of white powder the Urbana student section is throwing up in the air. It's a warm, low 80 temperature tonight for Urbana High School. The Hawks taking on the Lions, week 3 for high school football.
See if we can catch those numbers a little scrunched up of returners for Urbana.
Looks like number 12 is back there. And then it may be number 3 on the other side.
Nathan Ramsey kicks off deep inside the 5.
Returner takes it to the 10 to the far side of the hash mark. 15, 25, 25, 30, and he's
And
in
he's
the
gone.
open field. And he's going to go. Nothing but green in front of him. No flags on the field. 10, 5. Touchdown on the kickoff return for the Urbana Hawks.
Number 3 caught that ball. Brody Cummings caught the ball about the 3-yard line. Clean blocking. A couple of guys had a hand on him, but he just ran through the hand tackles or the reaches. 97 yards. Kickoff return.
Brody Cummings, the senior, speedy 5'8" defensive back, plays wide receiver, but he's a kickoff return specialist. And he busted it for a touchdown of the first play of the game. So Walkersville starts out in a hole, down 6-0, potentially 7-0, pending the extra point. The left-footed kicker's kick is tipped. It was blocked, so it's no good. Wide right from Keegan Rapunta, the junior kicker. And it's going to stay 6-0.
It looked like Colton Amaral got around the edge, extended, and just deflected the ball enough that it did not make it to the uprights.
We'll be right back with Walkersville on offense on Cool Oldies 1450.
Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you.
Well, the bad news for Walkersville is they gave up a touchdown on the kickoff return. The good news is they blocked the extra point, so only down 6 as they have the ball for the first time tonight. Messiah Martin returns on the left side up the hash mark, now cuts back middle, angling to the far side, bounces off one tackler, spinning, twirling, and tossed to the turf at the 26 on the far side, and that's where Walkersville takes over with their white road uniforms working left to right.
And nice kickoff by Keegan Rapinta. He's the kicker, good strong leg into the inside the 10, and then the return out to the 29-yard line. Walkersville gets started.
So Owen Brooks leads his team out there at the 29, working left to right at the far hash mark. Brooks and company 2-0, the 6'1" quarterback who battled through a shoulder injury last week to pick up the win. He's in the shotgun. Amarell's to his left, low snap, handoff to Amarell. He tries to go right up the middle. The defense is in the backfield, and Amarell pulled down for a loss of 3.
Urbana in a 4-3 look and defensive end. Peyton Sight. Check that linebacker. Sight quickly in there on the run. Knock him for a 3-yard loss.
That's a 13th tackle for Sight this year. Here's second for a loss. 2nd and 13, down 6-0. 11:07, working left to right, just underway. Friday night football here in week 3. Walkersville taking on Urbana on the road. As Brooks now looks to the sideline of Coach Thompson, gets his side with a play clock down to 5. Now it's down to 4. Brooks comes in the shotgun, twirls his hands, takes a snap as Amaral rolls to the right, a pass to Amaral on the flat off his right hand and falls incomplete.
And Urbana playing zone defense. They had 3 young men looking Amaral right in the eye when he dropped that pass. Wasn't going to go very far. 3rd and long for the Lions.
3rd and 12 from the 27. 10:44 left, first quarter. Hawks leading 6-0. Lions have to reach the 39. They're working left to right. 2-0 on the season up against a bigger school. A tough competition for the Lions. As Brooks is in the shotgun. 3 receivers right side. One up top by himself is Martin. Brooks looks to his left, lobs it down the field. It's to Amarillo out of the backfield. He's got it. He's off and running. 35-30, open field for Amarillo. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and we're tied at 6 off the running back catch out of the backfield.
75 yards. They caught Urbana in a man-to-man look. They ran Amarillo out of the backfield down the far sidelines, and there was no eyes on him, and there was no catching him once he catched the football.
The first passing touchdown of the season for Owen Brooks when it looked like Walkersville was in trouble facing a potential punt situation. Colton Amarillo opened out of the backfield and beat everybody down the field for the touchdown. And now Nathan Ramsey's extra point is through. So Walkersville, after giving up a kickoff return for a touchdown, at least for the moment, shocks the crowd with a quick score of their own. And it's 7-6, Lions on top early in the first quarter.
Wow.
Fitness is the perfect way to stay in shape. From either home or work, Anytime Fitness at Thermont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Anytime Fitness can also fashion a membership and payment plan that will be flexible enough for your on-the-go lifestyle. You'll love the 24-hour co-ed fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment designed to sculpt and tone you into shape. And when you're away from the Thermont area, your membership guarantees you access to any of the over 1,000 clubs worldwide. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Now you can stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
Plenty of action to start as Nathan Ramsey's kick is to the sideline. It gets past the returner, rolls to the 6. He scoops it up, trying to get back to the middle of the field, and stays on his feet near side 20. Beats one, cuts back 25, turned and pulled down at the 32. It's Stephen Bursing, the wide receiver. He let the ball go past him. It took an awkward hop, had to go back and retrieve it, and then a great return up past the 30.
Great effort on his part to get something from nothing there. Great placement kick by Nathan Ramsey. Dropped that in the no man's zone. As you said, it took the wild hop past Bursing. He picked it up, broke about 3 or 4 tackles just to get outside the 30-yard line here for Urbana to start this drive.
So Urbana's technically their first drive. They had a kick return for a touchdown, so it's their first drive on offense. First time we've seen Josh White, his team trailing 7-6. Still just a few minutes into this game. 10:21 left to go in the first with the receiver in motion left to right. And now the officials blow the play dead and a delay of game. It's been whistled.
That was a fast play clock on that one.
Whistled on Urbana. So
I think no flag. They're going to charge Urbana with a timeout.
Okay, so it gets pulled back. I was about to say, Urbana has got the main scoreboard behind them. The play clock is a smaller board in front of them, a little bit tougher to see when you're working from right to left. 7-6 gives us a chance to catch our breath for a moment. So Urbana, Brody Cummings, kick return for a touchdown on the first play. And then on the third offensive play for Walkersville, Owen Brooks facing a 3rd and 12 little wheel route to the left side to Colton Amarillo for, what was it, a 75-yard touchdown somewhere in there?
Give or take. Yep. Yeah, if you missed the first 2 minutes of the ball game, you missed a whole quarter of action and more.
We have an Urbana team, very senior, veteran loaded. They're a great roster. They're going to be a tough out throughout the season. With 19 of 22 players who are starters returning on both sides combined. They turn the handoff from White right up the middle. Goes to Caden McGyver. McGyver, their top running back, able to fight his way for 3 yards up to the 39. McGyver is a good, strong runner. He's tough. Already 170 yards rushing this season.
Yeah, Urbana will show you multiple looks in the backfield. That time, a slot eye, just an ISO up the middle. Well defended by the front 4 of Walkersville. Braden Mitchell with the stop.
Caden McGyver last season had a fantastic year. Now the main back, top target returning. Ball in the near hash mark at the 34. 34, 2nd and 8 from that spot. Clock ticking at 9:35 left first quarter. Urbana down by 1. White drops back, quick pass up the middle. It's behind his receiver, incomplete. as his target tried to pull it in and could not. And it brings up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that was dangerous. A little behind the receiver. He reached back, popped it up into the air. Fortunate to hit the turf.
It was his top target this year, Jaden Sharper, who has 8 catches and 3 touchdowns. Now a difficult 3rd down for Urbana, working right to left, 3rd and 8, their own 34. On their second drive of the game, their first was a kick return for a touchdown. Under center is White. 2 receivers left, 2 backs behind him. Fakes the handoff, rolls left, has time, lobs it down the left side, looking for Sharper, and he couldn't quite pull it in. The pass broken up by Damian Grant down the left side.
I'll tell you what, that was one super play by Damian Grant. He was kind of beat. The ball well thrown. Sharper caught it, was starting to bring it in, and Damian reached through his arms to knock it away to bring up a punt situation for the Hawks.
Walkersville hanging in there right now. That was a great pass and a good effort by Sharper. He had it in his hands, but just with the angle to the sideline, he couldn't quite pull it in, and it fell incomplete. And now 3rd and 8 from the 34, looks like. 4th and 8, pardon me, from the 34, and it looks like Urbana is going to punt the football with 9:24 left in the first. They're down by 1. Both teams a touchdown on their first drive. Walkersville will force the 3 and out. Ooh. Almost blocked the left-footed kicker, able to boot it away. That was Keegan Rapita off to the far side of the field. It's going to be returned by Walkersville. It's Martin dancing around, trying to find room at the 24, and he's tackled there.
And smartly went down before the clobber was coming in. I'll tell you what, another great effort by Walkersville. You can see what they're trying to do special team-wise. They are going after the kicks. They blocked the extra point on the first touchdown and then went after that punt there and nearly got it.
Well, you know Coach Thompson understands, just considering school size, considering how good Urbana is this year, they are the underdogs coming in on the road, and they're going for the big plays. They had one on their first drive, a 75-yard passing touchdown to Colin Almarell. And they're going for one here as Brooks rolls to his right. Nobody's open. He takes off down the right sideline and is shoved down at the 32, enough for a first down. Make it the 35 as Brooks picks up 11.
Yeah, a great rollout by Owen. Nobody open and also nobody containing the edge. So Owen just tucked it and ran. Nice gain of about 12 yards, brings it out to the 35.
Lions leading the Hawks 7-6, 9:04 left in the first quarter. The second drive for the Lions. Man, what a packed first 3 minutes we've had. As Brooks in the shotgun, back is Almarell behind him. Low snap, Brooks passes towards the flat on the far side. It's caught in the flat by Patton. He's in the open field to midfield, tackled hip high as he lunges to the 49 of Urbana. A gain of 16 in the offense. Right now, Walkersville is shocking Urbana with their play.
Walkersville came out in a trips formation to their left, outnumbered the Urbana Hawks. They did not roll their defensive backs over. And then when the pass was just a quick swing pass to the inside receiver,
Almarell takes the handoff straight up the middle, breaks it to the outside, moves past one tackle, and he's down the far side of the field, shouldered out of bounds at the 25. And a pair of flags come up as Almarell has not yet. He was hit by the left shoulder of the tackler. I couldn't quite tell from this side. It seems like the officials believe maybe he was out of bounds already.
Okay, and we got 2 flags. We got one behind the play at the point of attack, which typically is a holding, and then the late hit out of bounds.
But I think both of these will get enforced because I think one will be live ball and one will be dead ball. So I think both of these will get enforced.
So we'll see which one is enforced, and now they are. So one is likely a holding on Walkersville. Here comes the official with the ruling. There's the hold, okay, on to Walkersville. And
Yep, and then the dead ball.
Okay.
Personal foul. So 10 back, 15 forward, and replay the down.
Okay, so I believe that would be then first and the very rare maybe first and 5. Okay, so maybe not as rare as I thought. First and 5.
There's a live ball and a dead ball foul.
Yep.
Both fouls have to be enforced. They can't.
Tyler Wilhelm doing a great job explaining to us. Live ball, dead ball foul, both are enforced. and you replay the down. So 1st and 5 from the 44. Quick pass out to the flat. It's caught by Patton. He works to the outside the numbers, near the sideline, and out comes another flag as Patton's knocked out of the 42, picking up 3. And we'll see what the laundry is here as Patton was shoved out of bounds. So hold on Walkersville. And
Walkersville is really attacking the flat areas, the flanks, trying to outnumber the Urbana Hawks and their zone defense. Being successful, they just got to stop pulling the jersey, getting the hold call. Keeping an eye on Colton Amaral. He's walking around over there, had his helmet off, took a deep breath, put his helmet on, and he's back in the huddle.
Amaral took a big hit. It was a late hit out of bounds, but he's fine now, it looks like. Back out of the field. That's good to see. Already one receiving touchdown on the first drive on a wheel route out of the backfield. So Amaral back in. 1st and 13 from the 48. The third straight first down play here on this drive. As Amaral splits to the outside where there's 3 receivers. Brooks looking down, isolating down the right side. He's got his and it was dropped. Maybe partially deflected as he was looking down the right side at number, looks like number 3. His target.
Jenkins. So Walkersville that time, all the attention on the left side, trips left. One wide receiver on the right. They motioned Amaral out to the left, and then just one after the one-on-one here, the matchup with Jenkins and the Urbana Hawks, Julian Jean Jock.
Well, 8:14 now, 2nd and 13. 8:14 left, first quarter. Walkersville up by 1. Brooks the snap, drops back under pressure up the middle, and he's going to go down. There's a sack, the second tackle for a loss. This one a loss of 5.
Yeah. A lot of pressure, a lot of push by that front four, but let's credit Danielle Fisher along with TJ Fitch. Give them half a sack each. Brings up 3rd and 20.
If that'd be the first half sack at least for Fitch this year. 3rd and 20. With 7:40 and counting left in the first. Walkersville on a 3rd and 13. This is a different situation from about 20 yards back of this. Had a passing touchdown from Brooks to Amaral. With the crowd chanting defense on the near hash mark, Brooks at the 40. He has to reach the 39 of Urbana. Brooks in the shotgun with Amaral behind him. Now the whistles and a timeout for Walkersville. That's their first. Go ahead and take one with them. Walkersville leading by 1 here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Our goal is to provide you with a customized treatment plan using advanced physical therapy and occupational therapy methods and technology. With offices conveniently located in Thurmont and throughout Frederick County, Amber Hill Therapy Centers specializes in sports injuries and sports rehab, back pain, post-surgical rehab, and more. We accept all major insurance plans. Amber Hill Therapy Centers treats patients of all ages who receive care from our highly skilled therapists and staff. For more information on Amber Hill Therapy Centers, check out our website at amberhillpt.com. Amber Hill Therapy Centers, where the patients come first.
Amber Hill Therapy Center is a proud sponsor of Frederick County High School athletics on the radio.
3rd and 20 for Walkersville. There's a snap, the handoff to Amaral off the right tackle, tries to turn back middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by Brogan Johnson with his 14th tackle of the season. Johnson, the star linebacker for Urbana, one of a couple, and now Walkersville will be forced to punt.
Yeah, Walkersville, I think, just tried to play that one safe, see if they could slip Colton through the line of scrimmage. Urbana was having nothing of it. Keeping an eye on Colton. He's looking like he's still kind of wearing that hit off a little bit.
Nathan Ramsey getting set to kick. Back to return is Jaden Sharper, as well as Stefan Bursing got a nice return of the kickoff. Kick is towards Sharper, off maybe the inside part of the foot for Ramsey. It goes out of bounds near the Urbana sideline. The official is walking up the Urbana sideline to mark the football with 6:37 left. Urbana down by 1, 7-6, and they start on their own 33.
3-yard line will be 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
6:37 left first quarter. Urbana down by 1. Walkersville's defense really good on that first drive.
Yeah, and just to lighten the mood a little bit, Urbana bench having a little bit of fun. That ball, Nathan Ramsey's punt out of bounds, and the lineman tried to catch it, and no go.
Well, that's why he's a blocker, not a receiver. The turn, the handoff is a flip to the outside. MacGyver off the right tackle. He's met, spins back middle, still on his feet, tries to reverse field, gets to the near sideline, 30-35, and knocked down. He ran about 20 yards to gain 5 or 6. Great effort, though, from Caden MacGyver to keep that play going.
Yeah.
Pick up 5.
A little power toss to the right side. He broke the first tackle in reverse field, and a hustling Mason ambush from his safety position closed quickly to just hold him to a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 6 from the 37. Need to reach the 43. Clock ticking, 6 minutes left, first quarter, 7-6. Lions leading the Hawks. Urbana working right to left, down by 1 on the near hash mark. Under center's Josh White, their star senior quarterback. 10 players returning this year on offense. I formation with MacGyver, their top back at the top. The turn, the handoff, MacGyver looks outside, now comes back in, tackle knee high and push back. Kai Sawai in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Good push there. Good read by that linebacker, Kai, and attack and stay low. And then a little help there from a defensive lineman. I didn't catch the number, but good penetration again by that front 4 of Walkersville.
The 4-3 defense of Walkersville's been really strong tonight. It's another 3rd and 7 for the high-powered Hawks offense with 5:15 left in the first. Lights on, sun still behind us. Big crowd here at Urbana High School for week 3. White in the shotgun, back to his left, and 1 behind him. Receiver in motion right to left. White the snap, drops back, looking left, 5 rush, passes near the sideline, and it's caught in Walkersville territory. Pulled out of the sky by Spencer Fisher. He's hit almost immediately as he lunges forward to the 41 of the Lions on the near sideline.
Yeah. Fisher came in motion, far side to near, did a wheel route, caught the Walkersville cornerback kind of in the middle. He took the inside receiver. Fisher wide open, nice pass. Josh White drops it on him. First down, Urbana.
First completion tonight for Josh White and the Hawks. Fisher his 11th catch this season. 4:30 left. Urbana marching down by 1 in Walkersville territory. A turn, the hand to MacGyver as a Walkersville player went off and got back. MacGyver into open field, lowers the shoulder, runs over the defensive back, and is pulled down from behind by Damian Grant.
Nice run there by MacGyver. Very patient on the ISO. Read the block and then exploded down to the 24.
He was tripped up by Amaral, who's got to still be feeling it after that big hit on the sideline.
Yeah,
first and 10
kind of took a
24.
nosedive to get to MacGyver's feet and didn't want to take him on high.
White under center. MacGyver in the backfield. The fake
Ball's
handoff.
out.
White dropped it. It's a pylon. Who's got it? Walkersville points their way, and that is a call. It's a fumble on the snap, and the Lions take over.
Yep. Ball center quarterback exchange under center. Ball came flying out forward. Braden Mitchell falls on it for Walkersville.
Massive play by Mitchell, their leader on defense. 16 tackles this season. Now he adds a fumble recovery to his stat line. So Urbana in Walkersville territory fumbles the football, and the Lions take over, leading by a point with 3:50 left in the first. Shotgun to Brooks. Back behind him, Amaral. Low snap. Brooks left. Passes to the far sideline. It's caught with room as Patton. Down the far sideline. Push 2 hands out of bounds at the 35, gaining 15.
Again, Walkersville's just attacking that zone, outnumbering their Urbana Hawks in the secondary, getting good running room after the catch.
What does Urbana have to do differently? Because right now Walkersville seems to have it working.
From my vantage point, they need to roll a linebacker to even the count out here.
3 receivers near side. Handoff goes to Amaral off the left tackle. He faces up against the defender one-on-one, and he's hit at the line and pushed back. That is an excellent tackle by the defensive back. That was Julian John Jocks by himself on an island and made the tackle against Colton Amaral.
Yeah, all the attention again here on the wide side with that trips receivers. Colton looked like he had some room to run. Great tackle.
Picking up 2 is Amaral to the 36. 37, 2nd and 8 from there on the far hash. In the shotgun, Brooks. Ummerell behind him. Bunch formation to the right side, including Taylor Patton, who already has 2 catches. The fake handoff rolling right is Brooks. Lobs it to the sideline over the head of Patton, and it hits the sideline incomplete on the right side.
Smart quarterback play by Owen. Little bootleg action. Urbana was right in his face. Mateo Cresta from his defensive end position, and Owen just kind of threw that away. Lands safely to the turf, brings up 3rd down.
Walkersville 1 for 2 on 3rd downs today, including a long passing touchdown from Brooks to Colin Amaral. 3 receivers right side, 1 up top. In the slot on the right is Martin. Amaral behind the quarterback, Brooks. Now he rolls out to the right side. Brooks passes up the middle, and it's high over everybody, incomplete. He was looking for Taylor Patton on the post route.
Oh, yeah, running down that seam. That ball just needs to get there a little quicker before the safety rolls over. I'll tell you what, Walkersville has come in with an offensive game plan that we have not seen in the first 2 weeks, and we've covered them now 3 for 3. They have really spread it out, put the ball in Owen Brooks' hands, trying to find those speedy receivers.
250 and counting kick from Ramsey, rolls to the far side of the field and out of bounds. He kicks it away from the explosive returners of Urbana at the 31 with 2:45 left in the first quarter. We'll break real quick on Cool Oldies 1450.
Or miss the broadcast. All of our high school sports games are archived and available online at WTHUradio.com in our audio vault.
Urbana in their dark blue uniforms for their 3rd drive, working right to left of the far hash mark. Bunch formation right side of Josh White, the quarterback. Now receiver in motion left to right. That is Spencer Fisher. The ball goes to him on the end around off the right tackle. Sprints up the far seam to the 38, gaining 8.
Actually, I'm going to correct you on that. That's great ball faking and handling, but that was fullback Preston.
Oh, his first carry.
Off the right side as Fisher continued his fake around the end.
So Preston getting his first touch, his 14th of the year, now over 100 yards rushing. That's pretty good for a 6-foot fullback who's got some size to him. Dangerous weapon. 2:15 left first quarter. Urbana down by 1, working right to left. Far hash to the 38. White turns and hands off to MacGyver this time. Straight up past the left guard. It's actually, I believe, Preston again. And yes, it is. He picks up 9. Plenty for a first to the 46.
Yeah, we talked in pregame about the multiple formations that Urbana uses. Right now they're in a wing T set with Preston at the fullback, as he'll be the highlighted runner in this formation. They will hand it off to Fisher, and McIver is here on the near wing, so watch them to come back in motion.
Yeah, Fisher is in motion. This time it does go to Fisher off the left tackle on the sweep. He has no room there. Angles back middle to the secondary, near the first down before being tossed to the turf by the defender, picking up 11 as Grant tackled him and moving the chains.
Yeah, great run. That was intended to be a sweep around the left side here, near side. Cut it back, weaved his way through Walkersville defenders into Walkersville territory, 41-yard line.
Walkersville is not allowed I checked that. Walkersville now has 1 first quarter touchdown earlier today. Up 7-6, 1:10 left in the first quarter. Under center's White. Behind him is Preston. In motion's MacGyver. It goes to MacGyver off the right tackle, now outside the far hash. Twirls and spins into the secondary. Pressing forward to the 30, about where the first down marker is before being tackled.
I guess you could say, Ryan, Walkersville defense has not given up the
That's
first quarter touchdown here early in the season. Getting really hairy here. Urbana's really pushing the ball well, running the ball well, picking up about 10 yards a clip now. We're under a minute to play in the first quarter. It looks like Walkersville defense needs a little breather. Hopefully keep Urbana out of the end zone this play and get to the quarter.
White I formation under center at the 29. They turn the handoff to MacGyver. Straight up the gut, now off the left tackle. He's hit once, lost his helmet, and finally pushed down. Make sure he's all good, as MacGyver had his helmet pulled off, and he is being helped up After losing his helmet, picking up
No,
5, and now a timeout on the field.
He stayed down.
Yeah, so MacGyver staying down. He is sitting up. Might just need to take an extra second. Never like to see that. A player has their helmet pulled off. We'll break with them. 12 seconds left. Urbana down by 1 on Cooley's 1450.
Quality service at a fair price. Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School Athletics.
Back here in Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection. MacGyver's up and he's walking off the sideline under his own power, limping just a bit, but it looks like he's okay. That is great to see. The top-tier running back for Urbana. What a player he is. Caden MacGyver already well over 100 yards rushing this year. As we are now about to reach the quarter break. The clock kept running after MacGyver got off the field. And we have reached the end of the first quarter. Lions leading the Hawks of Urbana 7-6. Urbana is pressuring down to the 23 when we come back for the second on Cool Oldies 1450.
About a hidden gem on the Golden Mile in Frederick, Bargain Bin. Bargain Bin is located on Waverly Drive off West Patrick Street behind the District 40 shopping mall. The name says it all. A bargain is when you pay less for something you usually pay more for. A bin is a large container with a bargain inside. Put the two together and you get Bargain Bin. Everything you need for less in an easy to find location. So what are you waiting for? Stop throwing your money away at those big box stores or online. Check out Bargain Bin today. Open 7 days a week. Bargain Bin has the brands you love at a fraction of the price. You'll discover something new every time you go there. It's like stumbling over a gold mine on the Golden Mile. See what your friends are saying about Bargain Bin on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Bargain Bin, the secret is out. Shopping has never been easier, more fun, and more affordable.
Urbana driving, working left to right now to start the second quarter, down by 1. Ball goes to Preston off the right side. Check that, it's Fisher as he tries to cut back on the hash mark. Picking up 3, brings up 3rd and short from the 20.
Good push at the line point of attack for the Urbana Hawks. Brings up 3rd and short.
Yeah, the
just
combination.
an array of running backs, and that's one thing Coach Shoemaker talked about. He had 5 running backs with over 50 yards already this season.
In front of a big student section here at Urbana High School wearing red, white, and blue. The Hawks 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 at their 21, down by 1. White under center, I formation, turns and hands off. It's to Fisher, who breaks to the outside. It's enough for a first, leaps over the defender at the 15, falls on his left shoulder at the 13, gaining 6 and moving the chains.
Urbana brought their left guard over to the right side, really outnumbered the Walkersville Lions, enabled Fisher to get around that edge. Good push. First down, Hawks.
11-10 left in the first quarter. Hawks down by 1. Baker School 4A, 3A against the 2A, 1A Walkersville Lions. Hawks 1-1. Walkersville 2-0. Hawks marching inside the red zone of the 13. White in the shotgun, 2 backs, 1 behind him, 1 to his right. That's MacGyver. Good to see him back. White's going to throw, whips into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Yoan Batoko, his 2nd reception and 1st in the end zone from Josh White, his 6th passing touchdown of the year, and it's 12-7 Hawks.
A beautiful execution by the Hawks, a little timing pattern. Receiver down into the end zone, crossed the end line, turned around, and the ball was in his stomach.
That was a bullet from the quarterback, White, right in the numbers of Batoko, and he didn't drop it on the quick comeback. Well done play there by Coach Shoemaker.
And Hawks will go for 2 to try to get that point back.
They had their extra point blocked after a kick return for a touchdown. Now they're going for 2, up 12-7. Fake handoff. Rolling right is White. Passes to the end zone, and it's knocked down, broken up. Great defensive play by Mason Ambush out of nowhere. He dove and knocked the ball away incomplete.
Yep, save another point for the Lions. 12-7.
will break. 10:41 left. Hawks up by 5 on the Lions in the second quarter on Cool Oldies 1450.
Center of Life Chiropractic has moved. That's right. Dr. John and his team have moved out behind his old office to the new office on 103 Park Avenue in Thurmont. You can still park in the back lot and walk across Park Avenue to his office. Center of Life Chiropractic is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. To check out their schedule, go to centeroflife.us. Once again, that's centeroflife.us. Back pain, neck pain, rehab, and more. Dr. John is the best there is. Stop by Center of Life Chiropractic and get an adjustment to your life today.
Walkersville will let the kick hit the end zone, and they will be a touchback as the Lions now trailing 12-7, 10:41 left to go in the first half. A lot of offense so far. A kick return for a touchdown for Urbana to start the game. Then a long passing touchdown to Corin Amaral on Walkersville's first drive, and then Urbana comes back with a pass from White to Batoko for a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah, a good steady march there by the Urbana Hawks offense for this second touchdown of the evening.
Temperature cooling a bit, maybe upper 70s, low 80s. Still a warm mid-September night here at Urbana High School. On the far hash, Brooks in the shotgun, the step, the turn, the handoff. Amarell's got some room into the secondary, tripped up hip high. Falls forward to the 29, bringing up a second and short, 9-yard pickup.
Nice blocking at point of attack. Triples left, and they will go over to the right off the tight end. Amaral into the second level.
Owen Brooks already has passed the ball at least a half a dozen times. He's got one receiver up top, 2 down low. Amaral behind him on the far hash mark. 2nd and 1 from the 29. 10-10 left first half. Down by 5. It's to Amaral. Straight up the middle. He is upended in the backfield and losing a yard. A big hit on Amaral. He gets up on one knee and now stands up. Thankfully, he's okay.
Rogan Johnson from his outside linebacker position closed quickly, and Colton feeling the effects of that hit.
Brogan Johnson, 6'1", 215. Amaral, 5'9", 180, 35-pound difference. And for Johnson, that's his 5th tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. 3rd and short from the 28. Walkersville needs to reach the 30. Big formation, 2 backs. It's Amaral back there. Ball goes to him. Straight up the middle. He's got the first, pulled down from behind by the defensive back at the 33. 5-yard pickup, Amaral.
Yeah, they got the big fullback, Nicholas Sprayland, in there in front of Colton off the left side that time. Nice gain. First down.
It worked. Good job by the fullback. Good play call by Coach Thompson. Big first down pickup. They are now 2 for 3 on 3rd down today. That is Walkersville working right to left in the road white uniforms under the lights. 9 minutes left to go first half. Hawks leading by 5. Far hash mark in the gun this time is Brooks. Empty backfield with Amaral rolling out to the left. Trips left side. Brooks loading up, passing down the field, and it's incomplete. It hits the turf of the 35 of Urbana.
I think a little miscommunication there. The inside receiver, he was expecting to break towards the flag, and he went towards the goalpost instead.
2nd and 10. Ball still at the 34 in the far hash. 8:47 clock is stopped left in the first half. Brooks has overthrown his receivers a couple times, but you like the aggression, though, from Coach Thompson. Big student section. It's overflowing right in front of us. Flip out to the outside of Amaral in the flat. He's got it. 30, 35 to the near sideline. 40, and he's angled out of bounds at the 41. Positive pickup of 6, and it makes it a manageable 3rd down for Walkersville.
And again, something for the Urbana Hawks defense to draw up at halftime. Walkersville with that motion just outnumbering the Hawks. Colton is asking for a break right now.
Yeah, we're watching
He's
Amaral
tapping
closely. and he's going to come out. He's been hit hard twice. One was a late hit on a long run in the first quarter. The second was on defense, so he's going to come out. Ian Barr, who's got a touchdown in both games so far. Bigger back, doesn't have the speed of Amaral, checks in, and now a timeout taken by Walkersville. We'll take one with them. 3rd and short coming up for Walkersville from their own 41 on Cool Oldies 1450.
John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today.
Back on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection. Big crowd here at Urbana High School, week 3 of the high school football season. Walkersville taking on Urbana. The Hawks of Urbana leading 12-7. 3rd and short for Walkersville. On the near hash mark at their own 41, underneath the lights. Owen Brooks, the quarterback. Out there is Ian Barr as Colton Amaral still on the sideline getting a breather. He's got one long receiving touchdown, but he's taken a couple big hits and is out of the game for the moment. Barr behind, now to the left of Brooks, who takes a snap. It's low. Brooks takes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking for space. Not much there, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3.
And it's going to be a late tackle out of bounds again by the Urbana Hawk defense.
I thought I saw a flag go out there late, so there was a flag, a late hit, and it's going to lead to a first down for Walkersville.
Hey, well, we have a second across the county in the other big matchup. Oakdale's at Middletown. Oakdale with a 10-0 lead in the second quarter.
A personal foul, a 15-yard pickup as Brooks, had he been pulled down where he was, he would have lost a couple, would have been a sack, would have been a 4th and 5, and Walkersville would have likely punted, but instead a 15-yard pickup on the penalty. The late hit all the way up to the 46 of Urbana. And Walkersville keeps the drive alive with 8:32 left to go in the first half. They're down 12-7.
Ian Barr remains in the backfield with quarterback Owen Brooks.
So Barr behind Brooks, 2 receivers left, 1 up top. Another low snap. Brooks picks it up off the turf, passes down the right side, looking for a receiver running up the sideline, and it's incomplete.
Good coverage that time by the Hawks on the corner. Number 12, Stephen Bursing, defending.
The target was, I believe, Taylor Patton. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 46. Walkersville need to reach the 36. Brooks shotgun at the U for Urbana. Hands off the Barr, off the right tackle, hit, spins. Now gain tackle as he's pushed forward to the 40 of Urbana. Gaining 3 or 4, brings up a, say, 3rd and 7. Alfonso on the tackle.
Good blocking again. A nice pickup on that play. Let's see if Walkersville considers this 4-down territory and just tries to get a little bit here again on 3rd down.
Barr behind Brooks. He has a hard count. Now looks to the sideline as he steps back with 20 on the play clock. Game clock ticking. 6:52 left first half. Walkersville trailing by 5. They're in Urbana territory at the 41 on a 3rd and 5. Brooks in the shotgun. Back behind him's Barr. Turn. Fake. Rolling. Left. Pass up the middle. He's got a player going up. Hands it off the fingertips. Incomplete. He was looking for his target right down the middle of the field.
Oh, that's got to be one that Damian Grant thinks about for quite a while. Just couldn't quite rein it in off his fingertips. Brings up 4th and 5 for the Lions. Decision for Coach Thompson.
Grant trying to make an over-the-shoulder catch was hit after as the ball dropped incomplete. What do you think, your coach?
It looks like offense is staying on the field to see if they snap the football or just try to draw the Hawks off on 4th and 6 or long 5.
From the 41, Brooks shotgun, snap, looking left, passing to the far sideline, and it's picked off. intercepted at the 30. The defensive back trying to return it. That is Alfonso hit his own man and now is tackled just barely just there out of bounds. Finally pulled down at the 32. As Walkersville barely able to pull him down at the 32. Damian Grant came back along with the offensive lineman Charlie Nielsen to pull him down. It's an interception and return to the 32.
And actually that was number 3, Brody Cummings, having a big night, kick return for a touchdown and that interception and a 40-yard return. And then we have a late flag. Oh.
That'll be during a return.
On the return.
It's a personal foul on Urbana, dead ball foul during the return. So the interception by Cummings counts. He returned it to the 32, but it's going to come back to the 43. So that's where Urbana.
That's where the march off.
Oh, that is where the march begins.
Ryan.
Okay. So take 15 yards off of that, I would think. Yeah, spot of the foul. So it'll be pulled back to Urbana territory. Kind of goes down like a turnover on downs then after it's all said and done. Essentially an incomplete pass back to the 42.
And again, there was a quick rush by the Hawks. Little miscommunication again with the quarterback and the wide receiver, Walkersville. He never really turned around. Gave an easy interception.
So 1st and 10. Urbana leading by 5. 7:21 left to go first down from their own 43. The quarterback Josh White, has already one passing touchdown. This time he hands it off into the stomach of the running back behind him. It's Fisher picking up 3 to the 45. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Check that. That's actually McIver has returned to the game. Good to see. Let's credit Nicholas Braylon with the tackle there. Gain of 2 on the play.
McIver went down with an injury earlier, but yes, positive to see him back out there. White near hash mark, this time under center I formation. 2 receivers to the right, including Jaden Sharper on the far outside. The handoff goes straight up the middle. Jumping back is McIver, leaning forward and pressing past the first down marker as he somersaults to the 45 of Walkersville.
Again, moves the left guard to the right side, unbalanced line. Just outnumbered the Walkersville defense at the point of attack. Moves the change for our Hawks first down.
1st and 10 from the 45. 6:25 left in the second. Under center, Josh White. I believe McIver's behind him in the wing formation. In motion from right to left is Fisher. Handoff actually goes to Preston. Off the left guard, and he's tackled for a gain of 4. Met pretty quickly by Ian Barr as he wrestled Preston to the ground.
Yeah, a lot of little pushing at the end and wrestling each other to the ground. So, gain of 4 on the play.
2nd and 6 from the 41 in front of a huge student section at Urbana High School, waving the dark blue Urbana flag. Hawks working left to right, I formation, White. Turn, handoff, McIver off the right guard into the secondary. Pulled down by the hips by Ian Barr, but not before a pickup of 8 to the 32 up the right hash mark.
McIver following the blocking of Brady Mobley. Nice gain. Another sustained drive by the Urbana Hawks offense and that big offensive line.
5:15 left in the first half. Hawks up by 5 with a near hash mark at the 32. White under center, I formation. Behind him is McIver. The turn, the handoff McIver, who juts back to the middle, hit at the line, rolls to the 20, picking up 2. That time the defensive front for Walkersville stood him up.
Braden Mitchell there, defensive tackle, good penetration, fighting off the blocks. Hold him to a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7 from the 29. A short game that time for McIver. Hawks leading 12-7. A kickoff return for a touchdown from their kick returner Cummings, and then a pass from White to Batoko for a score. 2 extra points missed. Lions have a passing touchdown, a long one from Owen Brooks to Colton Amaral. White this time in the shotgun. Now he comes under center. I formation right behind him is Preston. Behind Preston is the main back MacGyver, faking the handoff as White, rolling to his right to the near sideline, and he's angled out at the line of scrimmage. Didn't gain anything. Actually lost maybe a yard or two on the play.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that play call, the way they're pushing the football on the runs with 4 minutes to play here in the quarter. A good sustained drive, don't give Walkersville any time, and just keep working behind that big offensive line.
It's a sack officially. I didn't get the number, but a loss of 3. 3rd and 10 from the 31. Urbana has to reach the 21 with 4:15 left in the first half. Urbana leading by 5. Josh White underneath center. 2 backs behind him. 2 receivers to his right. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, lobs in the flat. The pass is caught out to the outside, but not enough for a first. Big open field tackle for Walkersville.
Defensive back Joshua Jenkins came up, open field tackle. That brings up 4th and 4. Now, I do know they can kick a field goal from this range, but the offense looks like they're staying on the field.
No man's territory, 4th and 4 from the 26. Urbana has to reach the 22 of Walkersville. 3:40 left first half. Ball in the far hash mark. White breaks huddle, under center, 2 backs behind him, 2 receivers to the right. White turns and points, and now the back behind him, MacGyver, goes on the I formation. 5 down linemen, 8 in the box for Walkersville. MacGyver the handoff, no room, goes to the outside. He's hit the line, and he will be stopped short of the first down by about 2 yards. It is a turnover on down. The Walkersville defense comes up big.
Wow, big play by that defensive front of Walkersville, just imposing their will on that run. I saw a defensive substitution come in for Walkersville. Big Riley Watt Ford, 6 foot, 240 pound senior, in the middle of that mess there to stop Urbana and turn the ball over.
Now Owen Brooks comes back out. 3:18 left for Walkersville. And am I right? They do get the ball first to start this second half.
Yes. So, yep. Walkersville deferred. So Walkersville with the ball here. 3:18, 1 timeout.
So it's kind of like 2 possessions in a row for Walkersville if they play their cards right here. In the gun, Brooks, low snap again. He turns and hands off to Amaral off the left tackle. Cuts back on the near hash mark and tackled hip high after picking up 4. Pulled down by Sharper. Good to see Amaral back out on the field.
Yep. Good weapon there. Good contain there by Urbana. One-on-one situation. Linebacker turned him in the play where his teammates were there to assist.
2nd and 6 at the 28 for Amaral with 20 seconds and ticking on the play clock. No rush here for Brooks. 4 down, 7-8, 8 in the box. 7 near the line for Urbana. Off to Amaral, breaks 1 tackle, cuts back middle. He's got a first up to the 34-yard line, just barely able to get past the marker and make it the 35.
Yeah, again, great push at the point of attack off that right side. And then Colton, though he's not very big, looks good to be able to fight and fall forward to earn that first down.
Colin Amaral, a massive first half despite having to come out a few times with an injury. What I believe it was a 72-yard receiving touchdown on the first drive on a 3rd down. And then he comes out. He's had a bunch of positive runs as we approach the 2-minute mark from the 35. Again, it's to Amaral. Straight up the middle. This time he's met, pushed forward, stacked up, maybe gained 2 as we go under 2 minutes left in the first half.
So Walkersville that time, double tight end wing, real tight power formation. Let's see if they don't switch. Here comes their wide outs on 2nd and long.
TJ Fitch made the tackle, so we'll see if Coach Thompson goes back to the air. Owen Brooks has been very effective, his first passing touchdown of the season in the first quarter. 3 receivers near side, including Damian Grant and Messiah Martin, 2 of his top targets. 1 receiver up top, I believe that's Taylor Patton, who's having a nice first half. Brooks in the shotgun, 2nd and 8, 37. Amaral behind him. Brooks with 4 rushing. Lobs it down the right side, incomplete. He was looking for his target, and it dropped over his head.
Yeah, great double move. Jenkins up there as the sole receiver, one-on-one. A little double move, ball just about a yard overthrown.
Now
And
third
stops the clock.
It does. That's the downside. 3rd and 8, 1:16 left. Not a lot of time for either group, whoever has the ball left. Let's see what Walkersville does here. At 3rd and 8, they have 1 timeout remaining. Hawks have 2 timeouts left. With Brooks in the shotgun. Snap, rolls left for Rush. Brooks heaves it down the left side. It's a jump ball and intercepted to the 35. Let's see how this returner goes. It's Sharper on the far side of the field. At midfield now 45-40. Looking down the sideline and he's pushed out at the 32. The second interception of the first half for Urbana. Now with 1:02 left, they're up by 5. They have their ball at the Walkersville 32.
And there's a flag in the middle of all the action holding Walkersville. That'll be declined.
Yep. So that's declined. This interception holds, and Urbana a chance to pad their 5-point lead before halftime. 1:02 left. Ball to 32. Now if you're Walkersville, you have to hold the line, knowing you get the ball to start the second half.
Ask your defense to come up big again. You know, I like the aggressiveness offensively. It's just you can't take that shot. You can't throw the ball there to nobody, as Owen did on that time.
Hawks 1-1, Walkersville 2-0. Urbana coming off a 1-point heartbreaking loss to Westminster this past week. They did not score in the second half. They scored 12 here in this first half. Walkersville, their worst quarter this year has been the second, if I have my numbers correctly, I believe, coming into today. 4-3, play clock down, and now Urbana.
And that's a delay of game.
It'll be a delay of game or timeout.
Or did they get the timeout? See what they do here. Nope. He's calling illegal participation. I think they had 12 men out there.
They could have called anything illegal participation.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on.
So a couple different penalties it could have been either way. It's a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, I think
the
Coach
41.
Shoemaker is saying, I asked for a timeout, and the head referee saying, you lined up with 12 men. You're not. We'll see what they do here.
Right now, it says 1st and 15 from the 38.
And that's where the ball's sitting.
Yeah.
Head referee is Kevin Sugi.
Yep. He said, okay, I listened to you, and we're moving on. 1st and 15 for the Hawks.
Okay, with 1:02 left in the first half. Hawks up by 5. Walkersville trying to keep it that way. They'll receive the ball to start the second half first. As Urbana, led by their quarterback Josh White, comes out into the huddle against a huge crowd in front of us. Good student section on the other side, too, for Walkersville. 3 receivers, 1 up top and 2 down low for White. The shotgun with 2 backs, takes a snap, drops back, 3 rush for Walkersville. White's going to keep it himself out to the outside, 35-30, down the far sideline, tripped up 25, goes tumbling out of play, and gaining about 10, maybe a little bit more than that, up to the 24.
Looks like 9.
Yep. And
9 is the official number.
Smart play, gets out of bounds, saves the timeout.
2nd and 1, 53 seconds left. 2 timeouts for Urbana, up by 5. And the play clock stopped as the quarterback, White, got out of bounds.
See, I mean, they're going to break the huddle. They're going to break
Yeah, they're so...
10 seconds in the play clock.
I'm getting antsy here. They break their huddle with so little time on the play clock.
3 seconds.
And
White
now they're not lined up.
And now Urbana is going to have to burn a timeout. They got 1 left with 53 seconds. 12-7. Hawks on top by 5.
And the Urbana fans even were sensing that and moan.
Well, Urbana trying to add to their lead. They had a kickoff return for a touchdown to start the game. Walkersville came back on their first offensive play of the game. First drive, I should say. Owen Brooks to Colton Amarell for a 72-yard touchdown pass on a wheel route out of the backfield. Then, a few possessions later, Urbana came back on a Josh White to Yohan Batoko passing touchdown, his first of the season. 2 extra points failed for Urbana. They lead 12-7. 53 seconds left to go in the first half. Walkersville will receive the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, Walkersville defense trying to keep Urbana out of the end zone here before halftime. After the Urbana defense got their second interception of the second quarter.
2nd and 1 from the 24 for Urbana. Far hash mark. White in the shotgun as the crowd's getting into it to close out the first half. 2 backs behind him. White the snap. Quick drop back. 4 rush for Walkersville. White under pressure, and he is hit, and the play is blown dead. He is sacked. Max Berth got in the backfield.
Why aren't you using it?
Oh, yes, they are.
And now the timeout comes out from the Urbana coaching staff. Loss of 10, 3rd and 11 from the 34 with 37 seconds left. We'll break with them. Urbana up by 5 on Cool Oldies 1450.
In a down-home atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thermont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thermont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thermont Country Kitchen. Let owners Rob and Sherry cook you a meal you won't soon forget. Thermont Country Kitchen. We put the K in country because that's our style.
Urbana driving 12-7 leading, but they've hit a rough patch, 3rd and 11 from the 34 on the far hash mark. White under center. They might just run this out as he snaps, fakes the handoff. No, they're going to go for it. Rolling to his right, passing up the middle. It's caught at the 25. Enough for a first down. All the way out to the 15 of Walkersville as he was able to hit his target.
White to Yagish. The clock stops, and now they wind it as they set the chains.
And it's going to be a spike as White comes up, clock at 22, now 21. White under center, snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, passes into the flat, caught and pulled out of bounds at the 8 was the target, as he was able to find Robert Preston on the catch out of the backfield.
16 seconds here, time for a play or two. But they got to either get in the end zone or get out of bounds.
Urbana, no timeout, 16 seconds left. 1st and goal from the 8, or 2nd and goal rather from the Walkersville. I'm going to correct myself a 3rd time. 2nd and 5 from the 8 for Urbana. They probably only have time for a couple more plays at most, though. 15 seconds. White under center, near hash mark. Urbana trying to pad their lead before halftime. Wing T formation. White turns, fakes the handoff, rolling right, has time. Passes towards the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Preston near the pylon. 5 seconds went off the clock, 10 seconds left.
Ian Bard bats that down from his linebacker position.
10 seconds here.
Now 3rd and 5.
That waggle play that they're running here, that's a lot of time, and that puts your quarterback sometimes in a perilous position because he cannot get tackled inbounds or the clock's going to run out.
3rd and 5 at the 8. 10.5 seconds left. And an eligible man downfield is now called on Urbana. So another penalty on the Hawks, and that brings it back to the 13.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13.
So Walkersville takes the penalty, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 13. 10.5 seconds left. White under center, wing T formation, receiver left side. White looks to his right, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolling left this time. He's got Preston open in the flat, overthrew him off his fingertips, incomplete.
And here comes the field goal unit.
Now the ball of the 13, Urbana's going to kick a field goal. I believe Keegan Rapinta, the left-footed kicker, to give it a go to make it an 8-point game at halftime with 5.5 seconds left, 3rd and 10. And Urbana's just going to try to take the points.
And ball will be placed at the 20, making this a 30-yard field goal attempt for Keegan.
Rapinta The snap, the hold, the kick has got plenty of distance,
good.
and it is through as the clock expires. So Keegan Rapinta had an extra point blocked earlier in the game. Kicks this one from just under 30 yards through the uprights, make it a 15-7, still a one-touchdown game at the break. Urbana leading Walkersville by 8. We'll take a break for halftime and come back on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Always dreamt on going on the cruise vacation of your life? With dozens of cruise companies, who do you call to find the right vacation and deal for you? Now you can make one phone call and shop all the best deals on every single cruise line in the world. You can't get that by calling one cruise line. We have them all, with experts that know the ins and outs of every cruise ship and can tell you the best cruise for your vacation needs. Our cruise packages start at $149. Plus, we offer free internet, free guest packages, and cash-back deals. So now is your chance to book the cruise of your lifetime. Call the cruise hotline right now and shop every single cruise line in the world. Here's the number. 800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. That's 800-514-9170.
You have a list of things. None of those things say wander around a warehouse looking for somebody to help you, or walk out not knowing if you got exactly what you need. Nope, you have a list of things, and Ace has them, from the brands you trust. We also have people who ask the right questions to make sure you get everything you need. Because at Ace, we have our own list, and great service is at the top.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Head over to Cousins Ace Hardware today. Located on North Church Street in Thurmont, Cousins Ace Hardware is a proud sponsor of high school athletics on the radio.
It's halftime from Urbana High School. The Urbana Hawks taking on the Walkersville Lions on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection. With Coach Rick Little on Ryan Pierce, 15-7. Still really a one-score, one-possession game. Urbana a couple of touchdowns in the first half, one off a kick return, then off a pass, and then a field goal. Walkersville had an early score on their first drive.
Yeah, a lot of action in the first 2 minutes of that first quarter, and then a back and forth, and Urbana able to punch one in, and then that short field goal there right before halftime. The aggression of Walkersville had kind of caused them there at the end of the first half as they threw 2 interceptions and kind of took away any type of scoring opportunities that the Lions had. The Lions defense, though, has come up really big, had that fumble recovery, a stop on downs, and then held the Hawks to that field goal right there at the end of the half to keep Walkersville in this game.
That feels like the big story, despite the scoring 2 touchdowns, one from each team in the first 2 minutes, and a 15-7 halftime score. The defense has really stepped up big. 2 picks for Urbana, then a big fumble recovery, a big defensive stand to close out the first half for Walkersville.
Yeah. And Urbana's just playing solid defense here, getting enough pressure on Owen Brooks to make him kind of throw that football up, and then the defensive backs are making the interceptions. So I don't see many adjustments coming by either offensive coordinator. It's just a matter of who's going to complete the drives. I think Walkersville is doing exactly what they have to. They can't really match the physicality and the size on the run game, so they're spreading it out and passing a little bit. Colton slipping through every now and then. And I do look for Urbana to continue to just force the ball on the run, use that size and strength that they have here and try to wear down the Walkersville defense throughout the second half.
Yeah, Walkersville 2-0. Urbana is 1-1. Walkersville trying to stay undefeated. We'll see what they can do in the second half. We'll break for a bit and come back the second half to our Cool Oldies 1450.
Here's your local news for the Cool Oldies 1450 listening area. A digital fiber optics company, LightPath, came before a Thurmont Town special exception hearing on Thursday evening to testify about their plans to buy the land and building on 10 Radio Lane in Thurmont, owned by WTHU General Manager Michael Betteridge. The exception was denied 4-0 by the committee, ending LightPath's attempt to put a fiber booster station on the site. 8 town residents testified that they did not want a commercial building in their backyards because it would detract from the open, natural setting. It was pointed out that a commercial building, a 200-foot tower, and 2 large satellite dishes have been on that property for decades. Regardless, the hearing officers each remarked that LightPath had not done a good job of calming the public's fears and that there were too many unanswered questions to move forward. The sales agreement between LightPath and Mr. Betteridge was canceled. The 5.3-acre property will remain on the real estate market. Keep it tuned right here for late-breaking news, weather, and traffic on Cool Oldies 1450 THU.
Good morning, this is Julio Flores. The Nationals held on to pick up a win. Washington beat the Miami Marlins 7-5 to secure the 4th victory in a row. Josh Bell went 1 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs, while Dalen Lyle added a solo shot. Mitchell Parker allowed 2 runs over 7 2/3 innings to secure the win on the mound, and Jose Ferreira picked up his 8th save. The teams will continue their series tonight. The Mystics lost their final game of the season. Washington fell to the New York Liberty 75-66 on the road. Kiki Arifian led the way with 16 points, while Shakira Austin and Sonia Citron each scored 13 points. The Mystics ended the season on a 10-game losing streak and a record of 16-28. The Maryland football team will play its 3rd straight home game this week. The Terrapins will play in-state foe Townsend on Saturday. UM is 3-0 all-time against the Tigers, with their last meeting coming in 2023. And that's sports. I'm Julio Flores on the Maryland News Network.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dog, sir!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Grease. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze Car Vent Clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze Car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Fox News, I'm Ted Lindner. The manhunt continues for the gunman responsible for the deadly shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Utah Governor Spencer Cox on Thursday evening saying the public's been very helpful.
So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing.
At a press conference Thursday night, new video of the suspect jumping off the roof following the shooting was released. And the U.S. appeals courts ruled that the Trump administration can temporarily block Medicaid funding to Planned Parenthood as the legal battles continue. A lower court had previously ordered that funding continue as Planned Parenthood challenges efforts by the administration to defund it, a move tied to President Trump's signature tax legislation. America's listening to Fox News.
Hawkins Landscaping, locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 301-898-3615. That's 301-898-3615. Hawkins Landscaping. When you deserve the best, get the best.
To every referee, umpire, and judge in high school sports, we want to say, we see you.
We see everything you do for us that goes unnoticed.
We see the positive role models that you are.
We see the way you get unfairly criticized just for doing your job.
The truth is, we couldn't play without you.
So thank you for investing your time in us.
Thank you for protecting the integrity of the game, no matter what.
We hope you always know how much we appreciate you.
Because without you, this is just recess. It's not really a game.
Thank you for always making it possible for us to play the sports we love.
Want to serve the students in your community? Sign up to become an official at highschoolofficials.com.
Cool Oldies 1450 THU is the leader in high school sports broadcasting. Since 2008, we have broadcast more high school sporting events than any radio station in the four-state area. Football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Regular season playoffs and state championships from Southern PA to Brunswick, the Western Mountains of Maryland to the Eastern Shore. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is #1 in high school sports broadcasting.
I want to tell you about a hidden gem on the Golden Mile in Frederick, Bargain Bin. Bargain Bin is located on Waverly Drive off West Patrick Street behind the District 40 shopping mall. The name says it all. A bargain is when you pay less for something you usually pay more for. A bin is a large container with a bargain inside. Put the two together and you get Bargain Bin. Everything you need for less in an easy-to-find location. So what are you waiting for? Stop throwing your money away at those big box stores or online. Check out Bargain Bin today. Open 7 days a week. Bargain Bin has the brands you love at a fraction of the price. You'll discover something new every time you go there. It's like stumbling over a gold mine on the Golden Mile. See what your friends are saying about Bargain Bin on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Bargain Bin, the secret is out. Shopping has never been easier, more fun, and more affordable. Bargain Bin is a proud sponsor of the Timinator mid-morning weekdays from 9 to noon.
Travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak. And there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States. All aboard! Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-328-4046. 800-328-4046. 800-328-4046. That's 800-328-4046.
Here's a Cool Oldies 1450 AM forecast. For tonight, partly cloudy, low 60. Sunshine as we head through Saturday with a high of 80. Partly to mostly cloudy Saturday night, low 62. Mostly cloudy Sunday, high 78. Monday, partly sunny with a high of 82. Tuesday, sun mixing with clouds, a couple of showers and thunderstorms mostly in the afternoon, high 86. For the Cool Oldies 1450 AM Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jim Rinaldi.
Our local American Legion Post 168 in Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you. At Amber Hill Therapy Centers, our goal is to provide you with a customized treatment plan using advanced physical therapy and occupational therapy methods and technology. With offices conveniently located in Thurmont and throughout Frederick County, Amber Hill Therapy Centers specializes in sports injuries and sports rehab, back pain, post-surgical rehab, and more. We accept all major insurance plans. Amber Hill Therapy Centers treats patients of all ages who receive care from our highly skilled therapists and staff. For more information on Amber Hill Therapy Centers, check out our website at amberhillpt.com. Amber Hill Therapy Centers, where the patients come first.
Amber Hill Therapy Center is a proud sponsor of Frederick County High School athletics on the radio.
We're all busy with plenty of commitments. That's why Anytime Fitness is the perfect way to stay in shape. From either home or work, Anytime Fitness at Thurmont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Anytime Fitness can also fashion a membership and payment plan that will be flexible enough for your on-the-go lifestyle. You'll love the 24-hour co-ed fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment designed to sculpt and tune you into shape. And when you're away from the Thurmont area, your membership guarantees you access to any of the over 1,000 clubs worldwide. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Now you can stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
Good morning. This is Julio Flores. The Nationals held on to pick up a win. Washington beat the Miami Marlins 7-5 to secure the fourth victory in a row. Josh Bell went 1 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs, while Dalen Lyle added a solo shot. Mitchell Parker allowed 2 runs over 7 2/3 innings to secure the win on the mound, and Jose Ferreira picked up his 8th save. The teams will continue their series tonight. The Mystics lost their final game of the season. Washington fell to the New York Liberty 75-66 on the road. Kiki Arifian led the way with 16 points, while Shakira Austin and Sonia Citron each scored 13 points. The Mystics ended the season on a 10-game losing streak and a record of 16-28. The Maryland football team will play its 3rd straight home game this week. The Terrapins will play in-state foe Townsend on Saturday. UM is 3-0 all-time against the Tigers, with their last meeting coming in 2023. And that's sports. I'm Julio Flores on the Maryland News Network.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dog here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Breeze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar! How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning. They're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades. They're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater. Becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All aboard! There's a new way to travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak. And there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States. All aboard! Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-328-4046. 800-328-4046. 800-328-4046. That's 800-328-4046.
Everyone in Thurmont knows and respects Dr. John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today.
We're getting set for the second half. It's Walkersville down by just 8 points. They'll start with the ball in the second half against Urbana. Urbana, 4A, 3A school. Walkersville, a 2A, 1A program. I'm Brian Pierce. With me is Coach Rick Little. Coach, Walkersville hanging in there down by 8 after getting on top 7-6. Defense is tightened up as the game went on.
Yeah, both teams kind of punching each other, but nobody with the big knockout yet. Some big plays to get things started in the first 2 minutes, settled down, a couple turnovers, kind of slow drives down. I really look for Urbana just to come out and pound the football and use their size. Hey, before we get too far, let's just go out of town a little bit. Oakdale 10-6 over Middletown at the half in that big matchup. Boonesboro's leading Brunswick 35-7. Linganore at the half 43-0 over Tuscarora. St. John's nothing. We're not reporting. North Hagerstown leads Thomas Johnson at the half 21-7. So, yeah, looking for Walkersville to see what they can do. They really have been aggressive in the air, spreading things out. Couple interceptions in the second quarter by the Urbana defensive backs. We'll see if Walkersville can fix that. Maybe do some short passes and give the speedy wide receivers just the yards after the catch, see what they can do rather than just throwing everything deep.
Week 3 of the high school football season, Walkersville 2-0, try to stay undefeated against their toughest opponent yet, their biggest school they faced in the Urbana Hawks. Big student section, big crowd tonight at Urbana High School. It is overflowing with students to our right, and Walkersville brought a good contingent too on their side of the visiting bleachers. Lights in full effect at Urbana High School. Just in case you're just tuning in, a kickoff return for a touchdown for Brody Cummings to start the game on their first drive. Colin Amarella, 72-yard touchdown reception on a wheel route from Owen Brooks, and then Urbana took the lead on a touchdown pass from Josh White to Yohan Batoko in the second quarter, and they added to it with a field goal before halftime.
And both teams have completed their mandatory 3-minute warm-up after that extended 15-minute halftime, because I do believe we're celebrating the homecoming here tonight at Urbana.
It was an extended halftime, yeah. There was a big performance by the band at halftime. which would explain the huge crowd. It's a great environment. It was warm earlier in the low 80s, probably in the upper 70s now, as Walkersville, trailing by 8, will start the second half of the football.
And we need to say, if you're watching us, or our video streams does not seem to be up, but we are on the radio, if you can pick that up at 1450 a.m.
On the Frederick County Sports Connection, you got the audio there at least, so we appreciate you listening in on both ways. Walkersville will have the ball first to start the second half, working left to right. There's the kick on the near side. It's returned by Martin at the 5. Angles back to the middle, 15. Going to the far sideline, 20. Tries to turn it towards the middle. Lowers his shoulder and is pulled down to the 26, which is where Walkersville begins their drive.
He ran about 50 yards to pick up 5 on that return. Good coverage by the Urbana Hawks. Martin could not outrun him right to left. They drop him inside the 20 where Walkersville starts this second half.
So inside the 20, I thought he was a little bit farther. Inside the 20, at the 16, Walkersville begins working left to right on the far hash mark. Quarterback Owen Brooks comes down, had a passing touchdown, but 2 picks in the first half. His first passing touchdown of the season. Let's see what they do. Colton Amaral, big half, receiving and rushing. He lines up behind Brooks. That's where the ball goes. Amaral tries to go to the right side, cuts back middle, leans forward and pulled down after gaining 1. Amaral had a 72, big receiving touchdown. Sorry there, Coach, but they're not much of a gain.
TJ Finch, big defensive tackle in the middle of that stop for a short gain, maybe 1 for Colton.
Second play of the second half coming up. Quarterback Brooks, shotgun. Amaral behind him. Receiver up top and 1 down low. Looks almost like a wing T formation. Handoff goes to Amaral. Breaks 1 tackle. Bounces to the outside, left side. Angled out of bounds at about the 20, maybe the 19.
Really aggressive front 4 and the middle linebacker run blitzing there. Forced Colton to the outside. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and long. Dangerous situation here for the Walkersville offense.
Scoreboard has him 3rd and 8 from the 20. Third play of the second half. Walkersville down 15-7. Came up big on a couple of first downs in the first half. Let's see what they do here. Brooks, shotgun. 2 backs behind him. Amaral to his right is a receiver. Amaral splits off to the right side. Brooks looks left, lobs it down the far side. He's got his man and is caught in midfield. Off to the races as a receiver in the open field. 10-5. Touchdown Damian Grant on another massive 3rd down bomb from Owen Brooks.
81 yards on that completion. Unbelievable. Is that Damian Grant, you said, number 0?
Number 0, Damian Grant, his 6th reception of the season, his first touchdown. So on their first drive of the first half, Walkersville a 72-yard passing touchdown to Colton Amaral. And now, what was that, Coach?
81.
About 81 from Brooks to Damian Grant on 3rd and long. And let's see, I think Walkersville's going for 2. They're still down 15-13.
Yep.
And they will. Shotgun Brooks, middle of the field. Ball at the 2. Behind him's Amaral. Brooks the low snap. Rolls to his right. Amaral blocks. Brooks turns. Throws it back to the far side of the end zone. It's caught. Was a receiver in. He was. We're tied at 15. 2-point conversion good for Walkersville.
And it looked like Martin on the reception there. A little roll right by Owen Brooks. Threw it all the way back across the field to his left. Deep in the end zone. And Martin gets his feet in. And we're all knotted up at 15.
15-15, 10:59 left in the third. Walkersville is tied at Uncool. He's 14-15.
Dr. John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today.
So just like the first half, Walkersville scores a touchdown on their first drive here in the second. And now let's see what Urbana does. Tied at 15, only a minute into the second half. Short kick coming up, letting it bounce off the shin guards on the turf.
It's
and
loose.
It's picked up by Urbana at the 21. So it works out okay for the Hawks. They're able to avoid a disaster on special team.
Yeah, another placement kick by Ramsey, and this one bounces off the Hawks receiver, loose on the ground for a while. Looks like we have a Walkersville player down in all the midst of the going after the loose football.
Yeah, trying to get the number on the Walkersville player. He's on his back on the near sideline. May have smacked into an Urbana player going for the fumble as it went off the shin of the returner. Urbana will have it at the 21. He's helped up, seems to be okay. That's a good sign. And he will walk off the far side of the field. Got number 2 there, Coach.
Brandon Cheney.
Okay.
He looks to be well. Maybe just had the wind knocked out of him.
Important defensive back for Walkersville. Cheney's already got a couple sacks. 2. Had a big one last week. So we'll need him back out there. Walkersville will as soon as possible. 1st and 10 from the 21. First drive of the second half for Urbana. Now tied at 15. Under center's Josh White. I formation, turns, hands off to McIver. McIver straight up the middle, lowers his shoulder, stood up at the 28, maybe the 27 as McIver, big strong run for 7.
ISO right. Preston leads McIver. Gain of 6 on the play. Walkersville now kind of in a odd front. You might say it's a 3-4. More looks like a 5-2. As they got 8 in the box and 5 right now to try to stop this run.
Under center, wide in motion left to right. Spencer Fisher in the I formation, flip out to the right side of McIver, who tries to cut back, stays along the far seam, tackled hip high, picking up 6 and moving the chains to the 32.
Power toss to the right.
First down.
McIver weeds his way into the second level. 32-yard line. Urbana Hawks first down.
Caden McIver, the top running back in this trio of tailbacks for Coach Shoemaker. That's the big strength of this team, a lot of speed. Under 10 minutes left in the third, we're tied at 15. McIver takes the handoff this time off the left guard, and he's hit high, falls forward. Tackle made by Colin Amaral coming up and making the play.
Yeah, that was Preston in his fullback position there off the left side. Nice play by Colton, 2-yard gain.
McIver probably takes about 2/3 of the handoffs. Preston is also a top player in the backfield. He again is in the I formation. Preston by himself on 2nd and 8 from the 36. Spencer in motion left to right. That's where the ball goes off the right side to Spencer Fisher. And he's tackled running horizontally for a loss. Great pressure in the backfield by Walkersville. I see Amarel's number 1, but I think his teammate pulled him down.
Max Berth and Colton combined for that tackle for a loss. Puts the Hawks behind the chains and 3rd and long.
Max Berth, his 2nd tackle for a loss tonight. He has been great this year through just over 2.5 games. Tons of pressure throughout the season already. Long 3rd and 11 from the 30. Urbana needs to reach the 41. The snap, the rollout left side by White. Passes up the middle, and it is bobbled and pulled in by the receiver. It's pulled in and caught by number 22, Ryan Yagesh, his 2nd big catch of the day.
They really love that crossing pattern from the tight end. Kind of gets in the middle of the zone there between the linebacker and the safeties. Josh White puts it right on him for Urbana Hawks first down.
Yagesh came in as the number 2 tight end, but he has been a weapon when he's been on the field. A big 3rd down pickup this time for Urbana with 8:15 left in the third, tied at 15. Right in the middle of the field at the 45. White in the shotgun, 2 backs with him, 2 receivers down low. White the snap, 5 rush from Walkersville. White under pressure. Now he rolls left, he's going to keep it himself. Running near sideline 40, where he's angled out by Kai Sawai after picking up 3 or 4.
And that was good coverage by Walkersville. 2-man pattern, and they were both blanketed. So Josh just pulled it down and Picked up 4 on the scramble.
2nd and 6 from the 40. Urbana trying to respond to a huge 85-yard touchdown pass from Owen Brooks to Damian Grant in their first drive of the second half. White in the 1-and-1 Urbana Hawks in the I formation turns and hands off. It is to MacGyver. Shakes one defender, breaks to the outside near the sideline, and he picks up the first, gaining 6.
And Urbana loves that unbalanced line look. They brought the right guard over to the left side. Again, outnumbering the Walkersville defensive front. MacGyver weaves his way for another Hawks first down.
15-15, 7:52 remaining in the third quarter. Hawks methodically marching the ball up the field. Already a 3+ minute drive to the 32 of Walkersville in their dark blue home uniforms in front of a big crowd. Lights turned on here in week 3 of the high school football season. White under center with Preston and MacGyver behind him. Ball goes to the top. It is the big back MacGyver, I believe. He jumped back to the middle and was tackled after picking up 2.
Yep, good push. Isolation off the left side. Mitchell on the stop.
2nd and 8 from the 32. Another big tackle by Braden Mitchell. They're one of their team leaders in tackles coming in. He's got a couple tonight adding to it. Their top defensive player on that line. 3-4 defense, Walkersville. 6-7 in the box. Under center's White. The back, MacGyver to his right. The handoff is a fake rather to MacGyver. White rolling off, pass in the slot. It is caught by Preston in the slot. Angles to the sideline, out of bounds at the 11. Gaining 10, moving the chain.
So again, Urbana uses that waggle action. Preston leaks out into the flats from his fullback position. Wide open, unaccounted for by the secondary. We have a flag on the field.
It's coming back. I believe, if I saw that correctly, it was a illegal motion, if I'm right. Either way, it is on Urbana, and that is really brought back deep. It must have been a holding call all the way to the 40. So the ball is back to the 40-yard line. They have to reach the 22 for a first down. So 2nd and 18 from the 40. Another penalty. These are starting to add up for the Hawks on big plays. So 2nd and 18 from the 40. White snap, fakes the handoff, rolls left. A couple defenders back there with him. Tries to dance out of traffic, and he's not going to be able to. Toss to the turf at the 50. A sack for Walkersville.
Charlie Nilsson there and some teammates, but credit Nilsson for hugging White and dropping him for a big loss.
Nilsson, the front 4, front 3, 4, whatever it's been, have been fantastic for Walkersville tonight. 3rd and a mile, 3rd and 27 from midfield for Josh White and Urbana as he races back to the huddle after talking with Coach Shoemaker. We'll see what they do.
See if they don't try to get down the seam Sharper, and there he goes.
2 receivers left side. White looking for Sharper, passes up the middle, and it's behind his target. Incomplete. He was, I believe, looking for a Sharper and hits the turf.
Brings up 4th and long in the punt team.
So Urbana has to punt. Walkersville, good defensive stand, helped out by the penalty. They tie it on their first drive, stop Urbana on their second. This is perfect play so far for the Lions in the second half.
Yeah, the penalties, Urbana offense is very steady, but if they get behind the chains, they have not been successful.
It's
high
a bobble
snap.
punt, high snap. The punter's going to try to run 40. He's tackled from behind at the 40 of Walkersville. He gets all the way up to the 40. That was Keegan Rapinta. High snap. He just kept it himself and was able to pick up about 15 yards to the 40 of Walkersville, but it was well short of a first down, so it goes as a turnover on downs, and Walkersville takes over at their own 41.
A great field position to start the second drive of the half. See if Walkersville can take advantage. Just special cue, miscue there on that high snap. Keegan had to pull it down and take off. Ambush tracks him down from behind. Give Walkersville the ball in great position.
credit Rapita for doing a good job at least picking up some yards in that play. Now at their own 41, Walkersville left to right. They can take the lead on this drive. The handoff goes to Amaral off the left side with space into the secondary. Pulled down after picking up 15 on the far edge. Colton Amaral, another big play.
Stretch play off to the left, and Colton just put on the Jets. Got the edge, crosses midfield, first down Walkersville at the Hawks 45.
Amarel's big day continues, his big night continues. A 72-yard receiving touchdown in the first drive of the game, and he's been really good on the ground since, and he's moving well after being banged up a bit in the first half. Wing T formation, Amarel behind, that's where the ball goes. He cuts back on the counter, he's wrapped up on the left leg and then pushed over and down after not picking up anything. You always get concerned when a player stood up like that with the defender holding to his leg, but Colton seems to be fine.
Bergen Johnson at the bottom of the pile holding on to that leg.
Johnson gets the tackle, another one for him. It's considered a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11 from the 44. Brooks, shotgun. Amarel motions out to the right, empty backfield. Brooks, quick pass up the middle, and it's missed him. In between a pair of receivers, Martin and Patton, it falls to the turf.
Just out of the reach. Peyton running down the hash marks. Couldn't catch up to that pass.
Now 3rd and 11. Walkersville's 2 touchdowns have come on 3rd down. At the 44, they need to reach. What would that be? About the
35.
35. Yeah, yep. Thank you, Coach. Need to reach the 35. They're the 46, I should say. Need to reach the 35. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield, 2 up top and 3 down low against 4 linemen. Down on the line for Urbana. They rush 4. Low snap picked up by Brooks. Rolling to his right under pressure. Pump fakes a couple times. Calls for a blocker. Past the first down. Picking up 12 on the near sideline before sidestepping out of bounds.
Good scramble by Owen. Defensive ends from Urbana lost containment. He got around the right side, directed traffic, picked up an extra block, and Walkersville first down.
So now at the 33 as Walkersville, another big play on 3rd down. It's becoming a theme tonight for the Lions.
Yeah, I wish I had somebody beside me with the stats to count their 3rd down conversions, because they've been very efficient tonight, keeping drives alive and making big plays.
15-15, 4:46 left, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at the Urbana 33 for Walkersville. In the near hash mark, empty backfield. Brooks to snap, has some time looking right. Lobs it down the sideline, incomplete. Looking for his man leaking out.
That's going to be an illegal receiver downfield.
Yeah, flag came out. Good catch there, Coach, and it's going to go against the Lions. Now they'll be up against it. The long first down coming up. Waiting to see the call from the official as he goes to the 40. Yep, an illegal man downfield on Walkersville, so they'll march it back. In front of this big crowd at Urbana High School, it'll be at the 38. So what would that be? About a 1st and 15? Yeah, 1st and 15 from the 38.
The lineman saw Owen again rolling out to his right, thought he was going to scramble again like he did on the previous play. Owen at the last second threw the pass, which caused the penalty.
So 1st and 15 from the 38. Shotgun is the quarterback. Brooks, he's got a couple receivers to his left. Low snap again. He scoops them off the turf. Hands to Amaral into the secondary. Off to the races. Straight up the middle. Colton Amaral sprints into the end zone for a touchdown.
38 yards. Wow.
Colton Amaral. What a day. 72-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Now 38 here in the 3rd. Again, backs against the wall. And Colton Amaral beats everybody up the middle for the TD.
It looked like he ducked under the defensive line and just appeared in the secondary. Kick is good.
Kick is good for Nathan Ramsey. So the small play's not exactly working, but it's been the haymakers for Walkersville up 22-15.
Yeah, big plays.
Anytime Fitness of Thurmont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Anytime Fitness can also fashion a membership and payment plan that will be flexible enough for your on-the-go lifestyle. You'll love the 24-hour co-ed fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment designed to sculpt and tune you into shape. And when you're away from the Thurmont area, your membership guarantees you access to any of the over 1,000 clubs worldwide. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Now you can stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
Lions leading 22-15 on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection. Great to have you with us on this Friday night. As a squib kick from Ramsey rolls and bounces to the 20. Returner has it there, 25. Out to the outside. Again, it's Cummings who had a return for a touchdown earlier. And he is finally piled up at the 37.
He is
43.
one elusive returner. Took about half the Walkersville team to wrestle him to the ground.
Urbana starts their drive at the 37 on the far hash mark. They were leading 15-7 at halftime, but 15 unanswered points by Walkersville here in the third. One of the big themes we talked about, will Walkersville be able to have the endurance with less players on their team, more players playing both ways? We'll get that answer in a little bit. Hand off to the back, it's MacGyver, juts back middle, sprints forward, picked up 4 to the 41.
Nicholas Spradlin there. Short gain. See if Urbana just doesn't make a concerted effort to run the football and wear down the Lions.
When Urbana has run the football, that's when they've been at their best tonight. They're a versatile offense. The passing game hasn't been quite as sharp as it has been in the first couple weeks. The fake and the handoff again in MacGyver, needling through the defense, looking for space, and he's hit at the knees and flipped forward by Kai Sawai, who's having a massive evening.
Middle linebackers for Walkersville are counted on to make a lot of plays. That defensive front's just supposed to occupy the blockers. Kai with the big hit there.
3rd and 5 from the 43. Big third down for Urbana. Need to pick up 5. Working right to left on the near hash mark. White under center, I formation, MacGyver the top, 2 receivers up top, including Jaden Sharper on the far side, his top target. The handoff goes to MacGyver. He's got room right up the middle, lowers into the safety at the 43. As he just barrels over, I believe that was Amarell who got the tackle at the Walkersville 43.
That big hole right up the middle. Caden, like it was shot out of a shotgun, exploded for the big gain, moved the chains for the Hawks.
So MacGyver carries the Hawks to a first down on a 3rd and 5. They reach the Walkersville 41. Here's where they've had some problems, though. Walkersville defense did a good job bending but not breaking. They lead 22-15 with 2:30 left in the third quarter. Walkersville, a 2A, 1A team. Urbana trying to pick up their second win. The 4A, 3A team. Under center's White. I formation turns MacGyver in the backfield, and he can't escape the white jerseys. Pulled down for a loss of 2.
Sawai again. Kelly in the backfield quick for the Lions, made MacGyver dodge, allowed Siwa to get there, make the play.
What a night for Kai Sawai. What a drive for him. Already 3 tackles, including 2 for a loss on this drive alone. And just a short loss, though. 2nd and 11 from the 42 on the near hash mark. White and his team down by 7. He's got 1 passing touchdown already. Receiver in motion right to left. Handoff goes to Preston, right up the middle. Preston breaks 1 tackle, lowers forward, takes 3 white jerseys to bring him down at the 33. Brings up 3rd and short.
A little quick fullback trap there to Preston. Into the second level, fighting his way to the 32. Brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Hawks.
Preston, the bigger back, he gets, I would say, maybe a 1/3 of the touches. MacGyver, a majority of them. You'll sometimes see Spencer Fisher get a carry or 2 each game. See him a couple times. He's lined up left side. We're number 11, I formation. It's to MacGyver, right up the middle. Breaks one tackle, presses forward, still on his feet, spinning at the 25, pulling the pile down to the 20. Takes 5 Walkersville players to finally bring him down at the 20-yard line.
And big hit in the backfield. Sawai and MacGyver, and Kai's got to tap out after that hit.
That's a big loss for the Lions. Sawai's been great. Couldn't pull down MacGyver in the backfield, who used his strength to break into the secondary. Now Sawai's going to have to sub out for a moment. We'll see who Coach Thompson brings in for him to play linebacker.
I think his backup is number 28, Nick Howard, a 5'10 sophomore.
Under a minute left to go, third quarter. Urbana down by 7. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19 near hash mark. White, the quarterback, underneath center. Receiver split to either side. A watch out for Sharper, his top target on the near side. Out wide. Receiver in motion from right to left. The handoff goes to Preston off the left side. Pushing forward. Hit chest high and pulled down after earning 3 or 4.
Just running behind that massive offensive line. Getting good push. Led by the Villanova recruit, Thomas Coates.
Coates, incredible, 6'3", 310 pounds. And you got on the left side, the left guard, Broda Mobley, 6'3", 255. That's where the ball went that time and picked up 5. So 2nd and 5, ball on the 14. We've reached the end of the third. The Lions clinging to a 7-point lead. We'll see if they can hold on when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Here's your local news for the Cool Oldies 1450 listening area. A digital fiber optics company, LightPath, came before a Thurmont Town special exception hearing on Thursday evening to testify about their plans to buy the land and building on 10 Radio Lane in Thurmont, owned by WTHU General Manager Michael Betteridge. The exception was denied 4-0 by the committee ending LightPath's attempt to put a fiber booster station on the site. 8 town residents testified that they did not want a commercial building in their backyards because it would detract from the open, natural setting. It was pointed out that a commercial building, a 200-foot tower, and 2 large satellite dishes have been on that property for decades. Regardless, the hearing officers each remarked that LightPath had not done a good job of calming the public's fears and that there were too many unanswered questions to move forward. The sales agreement between LightPath and Mr. Betteridge was canceled. The 5.3-acre property will remain on the real estate market. Keep it tuned right here for late-breaking news, weather, and traffic on Cool Oldies 1450 THU.
22-13 as we start the fourth quarter. Walkersville leading by 7. Urbana is moving, though, from left to right on the far hash mark. They have 2nd and 5 from the 14. We'll see if Urbana can even things up here in the next couple of plays. Josh White and Urbana trying to avenge a close 1-point loss last week. Under center, turns and hands off to the back MacGyver. He's got enough for a first down off the right side of the 5. He's got room in the end zone for a touchdown. MacGyver, a 14-yard touchdown run, and it's now a 1-point game.
It's that go-to play. Unbalanced line here to the near side. Just outnumber Walkersville at the point of attack. MacGyver, I believe, untouched for 14 yards.
MacGyver weaved and bobbed in and out of the defenders and finally broke to the outside to score the TD. Now an extra point would tie it as the kicker, Keegan Rupinta, is getting set to kick the extra point. He does. It's up. It's plenty of distance and through. And we're tied at 22. So this back and forth exciting Friday night game continues. Walkersville and Urbana tied at 22. 11:51 left to go on Cool Oldies 1450.
atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thurmont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thurmont Country Kitchen. Let owners Rob and Sherry cook you a meal you won't soon forget. Thurmont Country Kitchen. We put the K in country because that's our style.
We start the fourth quarter, tied at 22. Walkersville to return it on the far side of the field. Returner cuts back to the middle, up to the 18. Great coverage on the kick by Urbana, as Messiah Martin could only pick up about 17 yards on that return.
It's credit number 33, Jackson Parker for Urbana. Again, good kick coverage, nice kick inside the 5. Hey, across town, Middletown has come back and has taken a 13-10 lead over Oakdale.
That is a score we'll keep a close eye on. Right now it's 22-22. Start of the fourth quarter, Walkersville has scored. I can do my math here pretty quickly. What would that be? About 16 unanswered points, something like that. And then before that touchdown for Urbana, again Amarell straight up the gut on his last handoff. He had a 32-yard touchdown run. This one goes for about 7 out to the 24. So a good long run, good long drive for Urbana, able to get their defense some rest. We'll see how they respond.
See if this Walkersville offensive line can hold up. And now we have an injury. I think it's Urbana player, just leg cramps.
Yeah, warm night. Temperature, game started with the temperatures in the low 80s, with the sun down probably in the upper 70s now. Very warm for mid to late September.
Daniel Fisher, the Hawk player. And you know, it's not old saying, and those that are listening is like, oh, it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Okay.
That is getting these young men and really challenges those muscles.
It is a humid night, so that would make sense. Big crowd here at Urbana High School. Huge student section down to our right. And pretty much the entire bleachers are full here at Urbana. That's good to see. The young man is up and running to the sideline. Let's
get that young man some pickle juice and get him back in the ball game.
I got the number, I think number 61 in
yes.
the Arena jersey. Yeah, Darnell Fisher, as you said there, coach. So we'll keep a close eye on him. I'm sure he'll be back in shortly. On the near hash mark is Walkersville 2nd and 3. Colin Amarillo having a massive game. Maybe you could say it's coming out party. Takes the handoff under pressure, in trouble, and he's not going to get back. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not going to pick up the first down. Maybe gain 1. Brings up a 3rd and short.
Hunter Harai from his defensive end position closed down quickly. Big 3rd down here for the Walkersville offense. And more importantly, the Urbana defense. Walkersville has been making hay on 3rd down plays all evening.
Both their touchdowns have been on long 3rd down conversions. One from 72 yards out, one from 85 yards out. This is where Walkersville's excel. 3rd and 3. Let's see, though, if they just go for the run. 4-3 defense for Urbana. Nope, MRL splits off to the right side. Rolling out is Brooks. He's looking down the field. Nobody's there, and he just tosses to the sideline over the helmet of MRL. Incomplete. And Walkersville will likely punt here.
Is this the first Walkersville punt we've seen this evening?
I think you're right there, Coach. I want to say maybe in the second quarter they had one, or maybe late in the first.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Actually 2, and he's angled for the sidelines both times, not kicking it to the dangerous returners of the Urbana Hawks.
Nathan Ramsey set to punt. There are 2 returners back for Urbana. And the play is blown dead before it started, a false start. And that goes against
Walkersville procedure.
Walkersville there.
Somebody on the offensive line got a head start.
So they bring it back to the 19 for Walkersville. Brooks under center. Back behind him is Colton Amaral. And there's the punter. Pardon me, the punter back there. There's a kick from Ramsey. Returner at the 15 takes it. Dancing to the 45. Just a cut back to the outside. Flag comes out. Tackle made quickly at midfield by Kwai Sawai. Good to see him back out there. Flag came out though. Let's see where it goes.
And we have a couple flags tossed in at right where the runner was and most of the blocking. And there we go. Holding.
Well, holding is a call. And Urbana backed up to the 41. So they begin their working left to right. In their dark blue uniforms, Penn State colors, 10:06 left, tied at 22. Urbana scored on a long last drive. Let's see what they do here.
Really have focused on the run and that massive offensive line.
Josh White takes, turns, hands off to the outside. It's MacGyver pressing forward, picking up 7 to the 46.
Alex Bernardoni there on the tackle. Walkersville slow to get up.
Bernardoni, one of the leaders in tackles for Walkersville. The Lions have been very good in the fourth quarters of games this year, especially in that week one, had that late comeback, but we talked about it in the beginning. We were concerned with the depth of Urbana and the just a smaller team in Walkersville, how they would hold up as the game got late.
And this is actually an important drive for the Walkersville defense to prove they can stop Urbana in the fourth quarter.
Again, MacGyver, he's got the first out to the right side, pushed out of bounds at the 26 into Lions territory as Ian Barr now slow to get up. First and 10 coming up for Urbana, tied at 22, 9:18 left, but they're marching.
It's just smash mouth football right now for the Urbana Hawks.
3 backs, all can be effective for Coach Shoemaker. First and 10 from the Walkersville 46. Preston as well as MacGyver in the backfield. I formation under center's White. He turns and hands off MacGyver. Breaks one tackle in the backfield. Breaks another. Now pulled towards the sideline by the shoelaces. Stayed in bounds. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit by Walkersville.
Yeah, ambush with the tackle, but that play was made by the interior defense, Alex Bernardoni, just pushing Caden off track. And MacGyver taps out.
So
hard-fought game, Ryan.
MacGyver comes out. Keegan Rapunta getting some action. He's their kicker, but also plays receiver, subs in. So we'll see if White goes with more of a spread offense here with Rapunta out there. Lining up at the top is his top target, Jaden Sharper. There's 2 receivers up there with Rapunta in the slot. Tight end down to the right side, I formation. Handoff goes to Preston. Presses forward. The big fullback picking up 5 or 6 out of the 41. And a 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable coming up for Urbana.
And are you in 4-down territory, Ryan? If you're Urbana, you just push ahead and make the decision later, right?
That seems like the right choice. 3rd and 5 from the 41, 8 minutes left, tied at 22. Walkersville 2-0. Urbana 1-1, trying to avenge a 1-point loss last week. Walkersville won in overtime in week 1, so both these teams are getting used to playing in close games. 3rd game of the season. 2 receivers down low. I formation. White turns, hands off, belly of the back. It's Preston as he presses forward and maybe earn 2 or 3. It's actually Fisher, the 3rd running back. Rare carry makes it 4th and short at the 38, 37.
4th down, 2 for the Hawks.
Actually, that was well played by Walkersville to stuff that run. Fisher, a full head of steam from the tailback position. 4th down, we'll see if Urbana, they bring in their double tight end package.
MacGyver also off the sideline and back on the field.
Quarterback still over here with the coach.
They've called timeout, play clock down to 5.
Yep, they're letting her run.
So Urbana takes a timeout. 6:56 left, tied at 22. 4th and 2 from the 38. Maybe the biggest play of the game when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Cool Oldies 1450 THU is the leader in high school sports broadcasting. Since 2008, we have broadcast more high school sporting events than any radio station in the 4-state area. Football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Regular season playoffs and state championships from Southern PA to Brunswick, the Western Mountains of Maryland to the Eastern Shore. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is number 1 in high school sports broadcasting.
Fourth and 2 from the 38. Urbana has to reach the 36.
Walkersville defense needs to be disciplined. They've been prone to jump in these situations.
Biggest play of the game. White under center. Behind him is MacGyver. Handoff. MacGyver hit in the backfield, and he's pulled down. Lost 2, and a turnover on downs. A huge tackle in the backfield by Walkersville. I believe that was Max Berth again getting pressure.
Yep, it came from the backside, the weak side. Full head of steam. MacGyver took the handoff, and Berth was already on him.
Max Berth, the tackle in the backfield. And now Urbana has to play defense and try to keep it a tie game. Walkersville 22, Urbana 22 after a huge stop on 4th down. You know, it feels like Urbana's been the leader in terms of yards gained, steady plays, but the big plays Walkersville is making. It's to Amaral off the sweep. He's got nowhere to run. Tries to cut back. Maybe got close to the line of scrimmage, but they're going to say he lost 2. Tackled in the backfield of the 36.
And then we got a late flag where there was a little exchange. We'll see.
Might go against Walkersville. Let's see. Yeah, it does. It's a personal foul on both sides. They offset. We replay the down. That's a break for Walkersville. I'm not going to replay, so afterwards. Okay, my fault. Listen to. So they don't replay it. 2nd and 12 at the 37.
What, they chose to decline the penalty?
No. They were offsetting penalties.
Oh.
Because it was dead ball, they're not.
Okay.
2 offsetting penalties, dead ball penalties, so you don't replay the down. It's a loss of 2, 2nd and 12, 6:30 left. Walkersville 13 on the play clock. As Brooks takes his time getting to the line.
Walkersville doesn't take a shot here.
In the shotgun, low snap, Brooks, hands off. Amaral up the middle, dragging defenders into the secondary. Finally pulled down as the linebacker jumped on his back and pushed him to the turf at the 42. 5-yard pickup, 3rd and 7 from the 42 coming up. Another big 3rd down for Walkersville. Under 6 minutes left to go, tied at 22 against Urbana. Brooks gets his signal from Coach Thompson. Damian Grant, who had a massive 85-yard touchdown reception, is lined up near side. On the outside with 4 receivers, 3 down low, 1 up top. Now Amaral splits to the left side. Brooks looking left, now looking right. Lobs it down the right side. Jump ball up in the air. Did anybody pull it in?
Nope.
They did not. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Great effort by Mazea. He just could not hold on to it as he went to the ground. That brings up 4th down, and the punting unit for Walkersville comes in.
Now the Lions have to punt, potentially giving Urbana the final crack at this with 5:27 remaining. From right to left, underneath the lights in front of a huge crowd at Urbana High School. What a high school football atmosphere it's been on homecoming for the Hawks tonight.
Nathan Ramsey, the punt. Jaden Sharper back to return.
And Sharp to return. Ramsey to punt. He gets the kickoff. It's high. Sharp is standing at the 20. Takes it there at the 22. Angles to the far sideline. Beats one defender up the sideline, and he's shadowed out of bounds as he ducks out of the 38.
So decent field position for the Hawks with 5:15 to play. 2 timeouts. They don't need to be in any type of a hurry.
We're tied at 22. Hawks can take their time. They were down 15 to 22, 22-15 before their last drive. A long, methodical drive got us into the fourth quarter and us tied at 22. And now the Hawks can try to milk the clock and maybe pull off the win here in regulation late. Hand off to MacGyver. Dances in the backfield. Cuts back to the middle. Now out to the outside. Down the hash mark on the right side. Pulled down from behind by Grant. He saved the touchdown at the 36 of Walkersville.
Urbana continues to work this right side of their offensive set. Big offensive tackle. Thomas Coates combines with TJ Finch at center. Mahaney at guard. Just overpowering right now.
Tie game, 1st and 10 of the Walkersville 36. 4:40 left. The handoff again, MacGyver off to the outside, down the right side, 30, hit knee high, pushed out. And a hold, I think it's going to be the call as a flag came out near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the running back bounced out. That just put the lineman in a tough position.
So a holding call. Yeah, that's the downside. When you have a run like that, MacGyver's so shifty as Grace began to the outside. The linemen have to keep up with him to an extent. That goes back to midfield. Well, not quite. At the 44.5, 45.
I'm not sure why the play clock's running.
First down, 18 for the Hawks.
So 1st and 18 for the Hawks from their own 44. Penalties have been an issue for Urbana tonight.
Yeah, just knocking them off schedule. This power run game, you know, it's very successful, but they get behind the sticks, they struggle, and then Walkersville really sends the run blitz in this situation.
3 down linemen, 5 in the box, 4 rush, hand off to MacGyver, tries to go right, now turns back left, pulled down by the hip, leans forward, not a bad run, gained 8 to the original line of scrimmage at the 36.
Again, right side, just pushing so big and strong.
2nd and 10 from the 36. We're approaching 4 minutes left. Tie game. Urbana trying to stay undefeated at home. Walkersville hoping to go to 3-0. White under center. I formation. MacGyver the top. In front of him is Preston. 2 receivers up top of the near hash. White turns. Hands off to Spencer off the left side. Spencer Fisher, who tried to turn back middle and was hit hard at the 30, did pick up 5, bringing up a 3rd and 5.
And that time they went to offset line left. Fisher followed them and looked like he twisted a leg in that pile.
We'll go ahead and break with them. 3:36 left, 22-22 tie game. A cool Oldies 1450.
Hawkins Landscaping, locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 301-898-3615. That's 301-898-3615. Hawkins Landscaping. When you deserve the best, get the best.
36 seconds.
At the 31, 3rd and 5, Urbana. Walkersville tied at 22. The Hawks working left to right on the near hash mark. Under center is White. I formation, 2 backs behind him, including Caden McIver. Ball goes to McIver off the right side. He's got the first down the right side, past the 20. Pulled down at the hips at the 16. First down for Urbana. Now McIver a little bit slow getting up.
Boy, this game has been a punishing football game. These young men are really putting it all on the line.
I think he landed on the ball.
Maybe McIver possibly landed on the ball, had the wind knocked out of him. It never feels good. Only 3:20 remaining. Urbana trying to jump on top. They were leading by 8 at halftime. 15 unanswered points for Walkersville. Made it 22-15 before a positive drive for Urbana to close out the third quarter, start the fourth, make it 22-22. McIver closed it out with a touchdown. Now he's going to come out, I think maybe for a play. He's coming out under his own power, gets a big hand from the student section that has his back right behind him. So McIver stays in the sideline. We've heard Chumbawamba played a handful of times tonight.
Talking about back and forth, Oakdale now has taken the lead over Middletown, 17-13.
Under center, White, 1st and 10 from the 16 in the red zone of Walkersville. He hands off to Preston. Preston waits behind the line, now decides to go horizontal towards the near sideline. Picked up a couple as Damian Grant upended him out of bounds.
Grant, along with Isaiah Trish, push him out of bounds. Short gain stops the clock.
Now at the 12. Gaining 4 was Preston. McIver trying to watch where he went. I think he's still on the sideline. Preston will be the featured back. Him and Fisher out there behind the quarterback, White. His top target is Jaden Sharper. White hasn't passed much here in the second half, though, as he comes out under center. Looks to his right, 4 down linemen, 7 in the box. It goes to Preston straight up the middle. Ready for him was Walkersville, as Preston only gained a couple. The front 4 for the Lions eat him up. Flag does come out.
On the backside of the play.
Lions are lining 4 down linemen. They're putting 2 linebackers on the outside, really 8 in the box, putting pressure on the line for Urbana.
Procedure penalty, 5 yards.
2nd and 11 with 3:07 left at the 17.
So Fisher came out with a little bit of a limp. McIver out on that previous run, and they're both still out of the game.
So Preston is behind the quarterback, White, working left to right. 2:44 left, tied at 22, 2nd and 11. White doesn't have anybody behind him. Broken play. He rolls out himself to the sideline, gets back to the line, maybe picked up 1. Brings up 3rd and 10 from the 16.
I believe quarterback
Was that
came
designed,
out
you think,
the
or?
wrong. No,
Yeah.
I think he turned the wrong way. Had no one to hand off. Walkersville calls timeout.
Now the Lions have to be thinking, okay, 2:27 left. It's 3rd and 10 from the 16. You get your defense set up. Maybe that's the reasoning. Maybe a peculiar call from
Actually, it's to save time
Okay,
for the
perfect.
offensive end.
Perfect.
So what they're hoping to do is hold Urbana here to a field goal and give them, Walkersville, enough working time to work their offense down the field for the tie or go after the win.
Coach Thompson playing chess while I'm over here playing checkers. He knows what he's doing out there. Nice, good catch there, Coach. Smart call by Coach Thompson. So now with 2:27 left, out of the timeout, Walkersville trying to hold Urbana. 3rd and 10 from the 16. What's the call here, Coach, for Urbana? They haven't really passed the ball at all in the second half.
Well, they've been very successful with that waggle pattern, finding Yogesh over the middle. They are set for that play right now.
You must be sitting with your parents.
It looks like Walkersville's they got a receiver over here wide open on the far side.
2 receivers far side of Walkersville is 8 in the box. That's where the quarterback White's looking.
And there it is.
And it seems it's caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Coach, you saw it. Keegan Rapinta had nobody covering him. White looked to his left and whipped it in there on the numbers to Rapinta. And Urbana takes a 28-22 lead. The kicker, Keegan Rapinta, came out in the slot on the left side. Wasn't picked up for anybody from Walkersville. And White, his best pass of the evening, on the money in the end zone. Give Walkersville credit. They recognized it after the play started. Almost had a defensive player get his hand in, but too little too late.
Right. Urbana runs an 11th man on late. Plenty of time on the play clock.
Rapinta, who caught that touchdown pass, now comes in to kick. The left-footed kick is up and through. Okay, 29-22. Urbana back out in front after being up by 8 at half. A 15-0 run for Walkersville. Urbana responds with 2 straight touchdowns unanswered for the moment. It's 29-22. 2:22 left. We'll see if Walkersville has enough in them to make a final comeback. It was one of the things we talked about. Urbana, more depth, maybe fresher towards the end, but Walkersville, they've been here before, specifically 2 weeks ago, and they came back tied it and then won in overtime.
Right. And Walkersville has shown the ability to make the big play, and that's what they're going to need here with only 2 minutes and 22 seconds to play and 2 timeouts. And they need to get into the end zone.
They'll try to do it in front of a huge crowd at Urbana High School. Massive student section spilling out into the area out underneath us. The entire bleachers are full, blue, white, Urbana colors. Packed on this side, big student section on the Walkersville side. It has been a great football game. 29-22 Walkersville takes the kickoff at the goal line. It's Martin, and it's a touchback in the end zone.
And high school football, as soon as that ball crosses the end line, it's an automatic touchback, cannot be returned.
All right. Can Urbana's defense hold up and they pick up their second win? Can Walkersville score and potentially go for 2 and stay undefeated? They've got 2:20 to get the job done, and they start on the near hash mark at their own 20. Well, there's one thing for sure. Both these teams are going to be battle-tested as they get into the meat of the season. Brooks, the snap, rolls to his right, blocked by Amaral. He's got an open field. He takes it 25-30. That's the first. Angles out of the 32. Owen Brooks gains 12 on the quarterback keeper off the right side.
Yeah, I believe it was a design pass play. Colton Amaral at his running back position, a good chip on the defensive end, allowed Owen to get around the corner and down the field out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 13. Pardon me, 1:10 left to go. 1st and 10, 2:13 left to go. There we go, 29-22 at the 32. Brooks shotgun back behind him. Low snap, bounces to him. He picks it up, passes up the middle. He's got his man, and it is caught at midfield as the receiver took a huge hit but pulled it in. It was Messiah Martin on the catch.
Big hit, but Martin able to hang on as he goes to the turf.
At 2 minutes left. First and 10 for the 50.
Sorry, Ryan. On that little turn-in pattern, Martin, soft part of the zone, behind the linebackers, in front of the safety.
Brooks, quick pass to the right side, caught at the 45. Again, it's Martin. He breaks it to the far sideline, past the first down at the 38. So Martin, back-to-back big catches. We're at the 39 of Urbana with 1:44 left. Walkersville's moving quickly.
It's almost like Urbana is playing a prevent defense. They're just giving them so much space to throw the underpass. See if they don't come with a blitz or something to kind of change the tempo here. Owen Brooks having his way.
James move brings up a 1st and 10 from the 39, 1:44 left. Working right to left is Walkersville, trying to stay undefeated. 3 receivers near side, 1 up top. Brooks shotgun. Back behind him, Zamarel at the 45. Low snap. Brooks pulls it up. Rolls left, looking down the field. Passes in the slot, and it's caught. 3 straight receptions. Picking up 13. Staying on his feet down to the 22.
Damian Grant from this wide receiver position here on the left side. Just a little turn in. Again, Urbana really playing a soft zone. Walkersville taking advantage.
Ryan Yakish on the tackle at the 22. 1:20 left. 1st and 10. Now Walkersville taking their time. They have 2 timeouts left. Urbana's got 2 as well. 1:10 left. Brooks, shotgun. 3 receivers up top and 1 down low. Quick pass out of the outside. It is to Martin. Martin in the the flat, tries to maneuver around the tackler. Push towards the sideline, maybe gain 3 or 4 to the 16.
Mazea just spent a little too much time looking for a place to run. Urbana closed in, held him to a 4-yard gain.
Clock still ticking at 45 seconds left. Walkersville has 2 timeouts in their pocket, not using them yet. 2 receivers up top and a pair down low. Snap to the quarterback. That's Brooks under pressure. Just dumps it on a bound as he avoided the sack and then tossed it to the sideline. Clock stops at 33 seconds.
Third down.
Third
Pressure
and
from
5.
the defensive end there. Forced Owen out of the pocket.
3rd and 5 from the 16. 33 seconds left. Crowd chanting defense. Huge crowd at Urbana High School trying to pick up their 2nd home win of the year. Walkersville trying to go to 2-0 or 3-0. 3 receivers near side, 1 up top. Brooks in the shotgun. Amarel motions left side to the empty backfield. Brooks tries to keep it himself. Gets to the right side to the 10. Inside the 10, out at the 9. And he's close to a first
I'm not sure.
down.
It looks like they're a little behind the 10-yard line.
Okay.
But it's enough for a first down and stops the clock.
So it is enough for a first. We'll see where the official mark it with 27 seconds left. 1st and 10. I think it's actually about the 12. 1st and 10 for Brooks. Under center. Now in the shotgun. Amarel behind him. 3 to the left, 1 up top. 27 seconds left, down by 7. Brooks the low snap. Rolls to his right. Racing towards a pylon. He's going to be well short. Knocked out at about the 6. Gaining 4, maybe 5. Clock stopped at 22 seconds.
And
say just a
2
gain of 2.
timeouts. Save the timeouts again.
Gained only 2. Still 2 timeouts for Walkersville. 2nd and 8 from the 9. An awkward spot. 2nd and 8 from the 9. Lions probably have time for about 3 more plays anyway. They also have 2 timeouts.
Let's see if they don't try to sneak Colton. Nope. They're running him out of the backfield again.
Brooks bobbles a snap, picks it up.
Oh,
and so it's intercepted. Intercepted by Urbana, and the defensive back will run out of bounds. It's Aiden Alfonso, the pick, putting this one ice for Urbana. Walkersville brought it all the way down inside the 10. They take Urbana to the limit, but the Hawks, this time, it's the defense coming up big with Aiden Alfonso, the pick with 13 seconds left.
Alfonso with the interception. It looked like Walkersville had a receiver across the middle. The ball just floated a little too much. Alfonso outran the pass, stepped in front of the receiver for the big interception.
Crowd going bonkers here at Urbana High School. Huge student section. Credit Walkersville, though, the 2A, 1A team hanging in there with the bigger Urbana High School. Both teams played great games, full of highlight plays, but Urbana got check time, and they come through with the win after the pick from Aiden Alfonso. The clock has reached 0, and Urbana beats Walkersville 29-22 to run their record at 2-1. Walkersville, their first defeat of the season. What a valiant effort, though, from them to only lose by 7 just by a touchdown. Oh, that's going to sting. But you know, Coach Thompson has a lot of positive to take away from it.
And I'm sorry, I didn't hardly hear anything you said over the noise in the press box and the music on the field. But what a game. Big plays, solid offense. Just Walkersville couldn't overcome those 3 interceptions. Big plays by the defensive backs of the Hawks.
Let's go ahead and break, and we'll come back and recap it all as the Hawks beat the Lions 29-22 on Cool Oldies 1450.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School Athletics.
The Urbana Hawks win 29-22 against the Walkersville Lions. Back and forth second half. It started at 15-7, then 15 unanswered points for Walkersville. Then the Hawks come back with 2 unanswered touchdowns. Lions march, get all the way down to the 11 the 8 before an interception from Owen Brooks trying to find his teammate in the end zone with just 15 seconds left. And Urbana survives and wins 29-22.
What a game.
Yeah.
Big plays, old-fashioned ground and pound by the Urbana Hawks in the run game. Defensive plays when you need it. Just fantastic high school football game. Both teams should be proud of the effort that their young men put in tonight.
First for Walkersville, Colin Amaral. What a performance from him on the ground. Had the 72-yard receiving touchdown to start the game. And then Damian Grant, the massive 85-yard receiving touchdown. Both impressive plays.
Yeah. I just can't say enough for both teams. Walkersville came in after we watched in the first 2 games, really a conservative offense. Colton Amaral, the running back, tried to feed him the ball, a couple deep shots, but tonight, boy, they really spread out the field and let Owen Brooks throw. Credit Urbana when they needed to come up with a stop. Defensively, they did.
And a late touchdown pass. Josh White maybe didn't have his best game tonight, but he hit Keegan Rapinta straight on that left side up the hash mark for a huge third down touchdown pass to put Urbana up by 6th and 7. When he had to make the big plays late, White did his job.
Yep. Handoff, and then if you need to make a play, one thing they used to teach us as quarterbacks is you don't have to make every play. And he didn't tonight, but he made the play when he needed to.
We'll be back here next week on Cool Oldies 1450, the Frederick County Sports Connection, as Boonesboro takes on Catoctin. We'll be in Catoctin next week for that matchup. Coach, any final thoughts on this one, though, tonight?
Again, just what a game. From the opening kickoff, 97-yard kickoff return, there was no disappointment if you're a football fan here tonight at Urbana.
For Coach Rick Little, Tyler Wilhelm doing a great job producing, working cameras, and everything. He did everything tonight. Great work by him. I'm Ryan Pierce. We appreciate you tuning in. The final score, 29-22. The Urbana Hawks beat the Walkersville Lions by 7 on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Good night, all.
Don't worry if you can't make it to the game or miss the broadcast. All of our high school sports games are archived and available online at WTHUradio.com in our audio vault.